Yo, 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 yo.
Welcome back.
We made it to the show this week. Last week, we just never showed up. Not one person showed up.
Nobody.
What?
Nobody showed up.
Yeah, I
And
slept through it.
can't do shows
Did we not
without
do the show last week?
people.
No, we were hanging out here, remember?
That's the most.
That's right.
That's the most important aspect of our show is the people. Because you can't do the show without the people. Actually, it's not true. The most important aspect of the show is the computer. You can't do the show when your hard drive that you just installed decides to just not work and show up at all. So then you have to ultimately just reinstall Windows, which you, in theory, just did.
And with that, I don't even think you needed me at all. I'll just go home.
Okay, Sam's leaving. But yeah, so the Plug Gaming live once again Mondays 6 to 8 or so p.m. Dutch Master here.
I like that. Free sampler.
That guy.
Alakazam.
The Thunderlord.
And the Thunderlord is back.
Yes.
He was missing for a couple episodes, but he's back. I mean, Rocky's been here the whole time, but the Thunderlord was gone.
Thunderlord was having a sick
Hey,
day.
man, it's a good day. We're going to talk about
It's a good
something.
day, you're right.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about a game that, nobody was playing, but now they're playing it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we are
This
going
is
to talk
Rocky's
about that,
greatest
actually.
day.
We're going to talk more about that than anything. And these guys just got the fucking B-loader right there on the desk. Come on, guys.
I'm just saying, I'm so happy.
Amateur hour.
Huh?
So happy.
But we put on YouTube that our show's not for kids, so
Adult
we
stuff.
should be fine.
It's called Legal California, my friends.
We should be fine all the time.
I'll tell you who's not going to be fine. It's Dr. Wiley.
Well, you got Mega Man?
Yeah, I'm
Sam's playing
11.
Mega Man.
I've never finished a Mega Man game before, and I've been playing 11 on Switch.
It's just disgusting.
You know what I recommend is going into the controls and setting actual buttons for rapid shot and slide rather than having to do. You can set those rather than have to do down and jump or just like mash the button a lot. You can just have rapid shot on a trigger and slide, which is nice.
Well, slides always has that's.
When I
You could have always had a button for slide, but the rapid shot, that's cheating. We'll just say that. We're just gonna throw that out there right now.
That's fair. I actually because I
the
thought
first
slide
Mega Man
was,
he's gonna beat ever, and he's cheating.
And he's cheating. He's cutting corners.
Hey, they gave me that button. They also give you shops that make it like you could just
because
keep
they're like
yourself
the
alive.
they like cheating
like,
makes
hey,
people
we're-
play the game more.
You know what? Well, this is where I put them. Is the game is just as hard as all the Mega Man games have ever been.
how could you say that?
but-
You've never played one through.
Well, no, I've never finished one, but
Okay.
I've played plenty of them, and it has that very much same thing where you need to have like. It all comes down to really accurate timing, knowing each level structure, sometimes failing your way through a level. But what they've given you, rather than try and make the game easier, what they've done is they've given you a market where you can get, things to build your energy easier, give yourself, I could buy up to 9 health packs and 10 lives. So I have an opportunity rather than just doing it in the 3 stocks before you need to continue to like finish your way through a set.
And that's bullshit.
And it's
Sam.
like, that's this game. That is this game.
Yeah, that's
I'm
still
not. Hey,
bullshit.
you know what? I'm playing this game. That's how it's made. They also give you. They have the new. What is it called? The double gear system.
Yeah, it's the
that's-
cheesiest Mega Man ever
It's
made.
like you can. You have like 2 special meters. One's for ultimate, like to go faster and everything slows down, and one is to
This game came out a long time
is
ago. Sam.
to. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
One of them is to like increase your power. Look, I never played the game.
I
until
know,
recently.
but I mean,
I'm
you
playing
can't
it
assume
this
that
week.
everybody else hasn't played it either.
No, Rocky asked the question.
No, he didn't.
I just asked if
It's
you had.
fun.
I just said,
No,
you
it's a
got
great
the
game.
game.
It's a great game. No, don't get me wrong. I played the shit out of it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I got it on Switch too, and it's fucking great.
And that's
So,
a good platform for it because, like, I didn't enjoy Sonic Mania. I didn't get very far at all. I was just playing for a bit, and I was like, it just didn't hook me.
It was free.
Yeah, both of these were free.
was
They're my
free.
roommate's copies, and I'm just
Yeah.
trying them out. since I'm going through some games. I've been looking for something new to play, but just finished downloading Mega Man Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
Mega Man.
It's
that's a great game.
$15 right now.
That's a great game.
The gold edition is $20 on the Nintendo like the eStore. So now's the best opportunity there is to get it. And I missed it last time they did this, so happy I took advantage. I'll take a couple. Thanks. I'm excited to try that game because like I've just been crushing through a bunch of smaller games. I played Celeste and beat that in a few days. That was like a fun platformer.
What's Celeste?
Celestial
It's all about
Nighthawks.
climbing a mountain.
Celestial Nighthawks.
It's a platformer where you're going through jump puzzles, and you have like a jump and then an air dash, and then like on top of dodging spikes and shit like that, you're trying to like dodge into say a bubble that'll float you this way, and then jump through this thing that restores your air dash, and then so it's like a lot of jump puzzle, very platformy. That's what got me playing Sonic and Mega Man. So that's been my week. It's a cool game, cool pixel art. It actually won a lot of awards for an indie game when it came out, I think in 2018.
I'd have to check it out. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. It sounds interesting though.
It's a fun game.
What are you talking about?
It built a good community around it. Celeste.
Right.
But yeah, it was. I'm just like trying some games out, and that one came out in like 2018, but did really good for indie games.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I played some Pokken the other day. It was
What'd you
fun.
think?
It's fun.
It's very auto battle-y, so like it doesn't get very deep.
Battle.
It's still super fun. You get,
But it is fun. Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
yeah, like I don't know. I like it because it's like I don't know.
I have it.
It's like Pokemon and Tekken. Like
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, it is that exactly.
like,
But they did a good job of making that.
yeah,
I liked that game. And so, who did you play in it?
I used Pikachu.
Alright,
I
nice.
only got to try it like for a few minutes, but it was tight.
I watched the World Championships for that one year, and totally everyone,
Cheesy ass Pikachu.
like the two guys in the final, both of them
Oh,
used a
whatever,
Pikachu,
no.
both of them used a Mewtwo, and then their third
Cheesy
one was like
ass
different characters.
Pikachu.
I played Decidueye in that. Was really good. The bird, ghost grass type. I loved that starter.
I just used Pikachu because everybody know Pikachu
Mm-hmm.
and Big Dick B.
They got two Pikachus in that game.
Pika.
Pikachu and Pikachu Libre.
Pika.
I just used the regular one.
Okay.
It was
If
tight,
Good
I
start,
I
did
good
was
start.
like-
If I did the splitter, what
But the dude that I was playing against, like he's like that guy in it. Apparently, like he been winning the tournaments at gameplay. So
Hell yeah. It's a cool
Okay,
game.
so that's
I had a
working.
lot of fun playing it, but I don't know if I'd ever get into like the tournament side of it. It
Well, I
just
mean-
seems like yeah, what were you gonna say?
I don't see how they could really do too tournamenty with it, but people are doing it like they love it.
Back, yes.
That game is
Well,
so ridiculous, man.
Yeah, we're gonna check it out again.
We were gonna be playing this live last week, but since we didn't
Well,
have
we
a
did play
show,
it.
we
We
at least
technically
played it.
played We played it.
Uh,
we had some technical difficulties. We did some upgrades 2 weeks ago, and then somehow they just fell apart the next week. And you just chop that up to Mercury's in retrograde. We can't control these things. You know what I mean? But none of the hardware is ruined or damaged. It just literally forgot itself or whatever. It's like, oh, you put stuff on me, and I'm supposed to like be really good at saving things for long term. Well, guess
needed
what?
a sick day.
It's been 1 week, and I forgot everything, and I fucking hate you. So hopefully, it doesn't develop behaviors like that.
And then you were like, "Sorry,
Consistently.
computer," and then the computer was like, "It's cool. I'll work."
No,
for
I
it
never
now."
apologize to technology. Well, it shows. Well,
Oh,
maybe we'll show the
AI.
graphic.
Maybe you want to
Maybe we'll show the graphics card that I lit on fire from abusing it too much.
playing these Mega Man games with like
I'd like to
all
see that.
these
You
all
wanna see
these artificial intelligence robots. One of them might try to take over the world.
This is a Vega 64. This is at the time, it was probably like a $700 graphics card. And you can see right there where it lit on fire.
Bye bye.
Just burnt out.
And also it lit up somewhere else too. Right here it lit up.
Did you trip out when it happened? Like, oh,
And right
what the
here.
fuck was that?
No, I tried to fix it because I didn't pay that much money for it because I scoured the interwebs for things all the time and found some auctions and
But you can
got
only
it for
be
pretty
idle.
cheap.
You can only be idle in Destiny for like 5-10 minutes before they kick you off. So he tried to fix it quick. And just
No,
get back.
no. I bought a new graphics card instantly. That's how I got the Red Dragon,
Nice.
which is a way better card, by the way. And then I also
this
bought
one did
another
have
one of
time.
these. Well, I have another one of these that I got for really cheap, and then I made it into a Vega 64. But it's essentially the same exact thing. But I keep this around as a reminder that everything has limits, and if you push them, it will break.
That's a lesson in life.
Yeah, dude. I used to have it like over here. I used to have it somewhere where I could see it all the time. And I'm not the only person that's done this. And on Reddit, there's some people that have done this with the same exact chip. Because what these chips like notoriously are hated in like the base consumer level of shit where like people just want to buy shit and have it work like instantly, but they are favored by like people who like to tinker and like toy with it, and that's what I was doing. I was trying to make it like into something that it shouldn't be, and I've done that successfully on other cards with the same card that I have currently. So like it was not, it's nothing far-fetched. It just
Oh no, not at all.
for whatever reason at that moment when I was trying what I was trying, things just went awry, and I paid for it.
It's not graphics cards, but in World of Warcraft, they've had auctions for the blades for servers that like runs everyone's games, and I've seen so many pictures on Reddit of people that like own the blade that was their server in World of Warcraft, and they own that piece of that history, and that's where like a lot. It's cool. I've seen them, and they've sold for like I think some like $10,000 or something like that. Memorabilia.
Well, you can get these for $400 now. So
Oh no, that was
deal.
like because it
But,
was the named server and
they
everything. It was the whole-
take the chip, that main chip, the die right here, this silicon, this piece of silicon chip right there that looks real pretty, and they just cut it off of this, or you solder it off of there. You just heat the shit out of it, and then pull this chip off the die, and then they drill a hole in the corner and make it a keychain.
There you go.
And then it's like the dopest keychain ever. Because the crazy thing is, this part probably still works. The most important part still probably works. And all the other shit is what's fucked up, like the copper plane on the PCB. But you know what? I bet you if you got somebody who really knew what the fuck they were doing, they could fix this.
For sure.
Probably.
But
That's kind of one of the cool things about computers.
you just
Hardware.
buy another. That's the cool thing about computers. They're mass produced.
Yeah, and in 6 months you could buy it.
Oh, that's not true anymore. You know what I mean? That's not true. If you buy a computer, like a pre-built computer, then that may be true. Like there might be, if you build it yourself, you can avoid that like no problem, super easy, and make like you can do like a 5-year future proof. I hate the word future proof because that is the truth is PCs aren't future proof. There's always something better coming out.
Yeah,
but you can stay in that realm to where like
you can stay
it
relevant.
doesn't really
and it
make
handles
it.
everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like unless you're like really trying to like be an 8K gamer, which like isn't real. Like
Unless
1080
you're
is
trying
still
to
the best.
stay at the forefront, like
Yeah, but 1080 is still the
you buy
forefront.
something
which
that's
is odd.
1 season old, and you can get it for a better price, and it's still gonna. And that one would last you a very long time.
Yeah, so like if you were trying to do 8K and stuff like that, then sure you could buy all the newer stuff. But like literally no graphics card even right now do 4K properly. Like 4K higher, like high refresh rate 4K doesn't even exist really. And in the 1080, like 1080 is still number one. You don't go to any professional gaming anything and they're playing in 4K. And you don't see any esports or anything played in 4K. That is literally a consumer or what you would say
Personal preference.
yeah, but like it's an enthusiast. It's an enthusiast deal 100%. Same with like the graphics cards that run it. They're $1,200. They're $1,300. You can get an entire rig that plays like 240 frames per second with a 240 monitor for that same amount of money. So like
And you're
it's
talking about
totally
real fine detail changes when you're going from
unrealistic.
the best to the slightly better.
well 4K is like really
4K is
like
a step,
it's
yes, but
visually it's great, but like when you're asking for more than 60 frames or 75 frames, yeah, it's just
and
it
one
gets
thing
to the
you're
point
getting
where
with
you're like
gaming is like
you got to have a $900 CPU. You got to have $1,000 or $1,200 GPU. You got to have the motherboards that run those, which are $400. You got to have a case to fit all that stuff in there, and you ain't gonna buy some shit case.
and in
Oh yeah, I got the
game-
$50 case to hold my fucking $6,000 worth of fucking. You know what I mean?
But
No.
like in gaming in general too, like there's only so many games where a 4K experience would really matter. Like Destiny is a great example of a game
Yeah,
that
this-
was really
this
stuff up,
game
but
it wouldn't
who the- Yeah,
matter,
this
but-
game, who gives a shit? And there's so many
Any
games
AAA
of like,
title, it matters. Any AAA title, 4K is great. Now, if you're in Destiny and you're like, hey, I'm trying to be the PvP god, and I don't care about PvE, then you don't want to go in 4K. You want
Yeah.
to stay in 1080 so you can get higher refresh rates. But if you're like, dude, I just like to play video games. I play every type of video game that there is, and I occasionally like to go in the Crucible. I occasionally like to play Call of Duty, multiplayer, this or that.
then that's
4K,
a lot of money to have.
but 4K is still good for you at 60, which is the buy-in's pretty much the same as it is at 1080 high refresh. If you can do 1080 high refresh, you can do low refresh 4K,
Yeah.
right? No problem. And high refresh 4K is like a dream. It's like chasing a dream. You're like, okay, I just spent $1,200 on my graphics. I just spent $4,000 on my CPU. I just spent this on whatever. And then you still have to question: will it run it at high settings, medium settings, or low settings?
And will it all work together?
Yeah, and so it's like you're in the enthusiast level, period. If you're
Yeah.
trying to game or do anything at that level, and then you might as well water cool it. You might as well put fucking the hard pipe water cooling, dye it, all the
Fully
fucking shit. You know
submerge
what I
that
mean?
shit. Have you
Yeah,
seen
fucking
those?
put it in the
builds?
mineral oil, dude.
Oh
Fuck yeah.
man,
Fuck
those
yeah.
they look cool.
Fuck yeah. They're not. It's not. It's crazy. It's not that hard. You just do a regular build and put it in an aquarium and fill it with mineral oil,
Yeah,
and that's it.
but like when
Insane.
when someone's going that far, they're an enthusiast. So like I've seen just some builds where they like create a lot of cool displays that is also they're running computer, and since it's sitting in mineral oil, like you can kind of just place things to float in there, and it's denser than water, so you can even like position shit like it's floating in cool ways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool stuff you can do in the mineral oil builds for sure.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm about to Google it though. I'm gonna Google it. Let's see.
Okay,
Just watch some
you
videos.
Google that.
You know what? It's funny though, but like a lot
What
of
is that?
a lot of tech is falling like that. You just wait and buy the one stage old version of it.
Yeah.
That's what I just went through with headphones. I just got some new headphones this week though. I put in heavy research on everything that's out there because I'm
So
looking for
fucking
something
heavy.
that covers. Oh, I want to cover music and gaming, and the thing is that they both have different requirements, and so there aren't many companies that really put out something that fills both plates. But also just in the headset game, there's still a lot of just trash. There's a lot of like made up terms to make something sound cooler, and there's like all this. There's a lot of trash in there for like our headphones are the best, our headsets are the best, but they're only focused on certain aspects of gaming too. It's the mic, and it's the surround sound. It's the capability of I know exactly where that guy is that's shooting at me.
I'm 100% blown away by this shit. I won't lie.
Ooh, yeah, you found some good stuff.
I've never seen that.
Dope. They are dope.
It's literally a computer built into a fish tank.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they use mineral oil in there, so it's not conductive, and
and it's a great
and
coolant.
It's great. Yeah, it cools everything, so you don't need. You can run
You don't overheat.
heat sinks without any fans on them. You just need the heat sink to spread the heat off of the chip itself, so you're not just like heating one single point.
Yeah.
And then you're good. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
So they're pretty cool. Yeah.
Anyways, on the headphones, I wound up going with HyperX again. That company makes a great set of cups. They put great quality sound in there, but they're also like just usually really good on the all around when it comes to mic quality, when it comes to separating your bass and your treble. They don't get too muddy. This pair I just bought is their HyperX Cloud mixes that are also Bluetooth. So like they just Bluetooth connect to my phone, plug right into my Switch, either or. They even have a Bluetooth mic and then the standard boom mic, so I can like kind of use them in every way possible.
That is sexy.
The funny thing is, they're not worth their price at first because they're $200 headphones, but I found them for $130 on Amazon this week, and that was what was totally worth it. I was also comparing them to there's a brand Audio Technica that they make a lot of music products, and they do headphones from that perspective, but they do make gaming sets, and their gaming sets are top notch. They sound really good. They do both. They have a wireless version and a wired version for those headsets. Honestly, I almost pulled the trigger on some Logitechs. The Logitech G Pro X with their Blue technology. Great set of headphones, but great set if you're using them on a PC because of the fact that you have to be able to run the Logitech app that handles, like, it's just incredible level balancing, incredible microphone customization. Like, every detail of those headphones you can change and optimize. And the system even has its own, like, this is their Blue tech, is like, it listens to you using the mic and literally auto levels so that, like, when you yell, it doesn't come through as a yell. Like, it just catches everything just right. So those were, if I was a PC gamer and that's what I was buying them for, I would have bought those. They sounded great. They have, like, the plug-in sound card for the 7.1 Dolby. They covered everything. But since I wanted both music and games, and I use it on the go a lot, these HyperX Cloud mixes were just perfect.
Yeah, but yeah.
A lot of them came out like last year. But
me personally, I look for like audiophile level headphones. A lot of pro gamers do as well. They'll get like Sennheiser, Audio Technica.
So I looked at Sennheiser.
Some other ones like that, but I got Philips. They're open can. The difference in there is like the ears aren't closed, so you can hear as well with them on or off. Like, it doesn't matter. But the acoustics, so for like footsteps, things like that, they're better.
I heard the term soundstage during every single one of these videos I watched. But that's one thing you get a huge perk with the open backs is it's really good at, like, for showing a guy walking by you, like, it places the sound very well. It seems like that's one of the big advantages you get with the open back cups. But since I do use them to, like, you know, like for when I fly,
you're not going to take them publicly
anywhere. I use these. I wanted the hardbacks to really give me the extra layer of noise cancellation, since these don't have active noise cancellation. I looked at the Sennheiser pairs. I just didn't like them aesthetically, but I know Sennheiser's an incredible brand for, like, they usually get the good 50mm drivers going. They've got, like, huge headphones.
That's what I don't have that. I have Philips, which are actually arguably, I think they're better.
But Philips aren't really on the headset side. Those I think more towards, those are headphones.
Well,
and so I was
you make it
like, you can get a mic
you
for a lot of
get
things.
a way better professional sound from ones that are not gaming headsets.
Yeah. So that's why I was trying to find something that filled both sides, and
course.
to get like the mic quality.
Yeah.
I went on the headset side of things, and that's where, like, the HyperXs just came through, and they really fill both. They fill both plates very well. Going strictly audiophile, I would have gone with Audio Technica, but these had a lot of functionality with it. I know Philips makes good sets. They make the good
best
products.
The best sets. The best set you can get. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, there's a ton of different options. But like I said, like, I prefer to go with a really dope pair of headphones, and then you just get, like, for $30 you can get a inline mic, mute button, mod mic, whatever they call it. There's like a bunch of different companies, Vodma or some shit like that. And those mics are exceptionally, they're really good. They're like they're Skype mics, so they're made intentionally just for the clarity, and you don't worry about them being integrated with a pair of headphones. Whenever that happens, things get fucked up. Period. And you can see it with those Astro A10s. Those are phenomenal headphones. The mic is pretty decent, but they're tight. They get uncomfortable.
They're plastic.
Any of the other ones like that, I don't care about what it's made out of.
I care since
all.
I'm trying to buy for long term. Plastic breaks when I travel.
I mean, I've had those for like two or 3 years, and
Nice.
they just Rocky just throws them on the side of the corner right there. Nothing happened. These Logitechs right here, I've had these for like 5 years. This is the best pair of headphones I've ever bought. Swear to God, they're $20. They're the most comfortable. The mic is decent, but like for headphone quality, like these, I could wear these for fucking days. And
So
like your ears don't sweat, all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Everything. But like again, I wouldn't use these to play Fortnite when I'm like trying to play competitively. I wouldn't play Call of Duty with these. Destiny is like whatever. But like if I'm just trying to chill and play like long-term sessions, then these are great. The Philips though on the other end are even better because they're lightweight. The construction on them is phenomenal. They have the giant ear pads.
Yeah.
They're 50 millimeter whatever cups. They have the open end so I can hear anything that's going on outside of what's going on. So if like somebody's trying to sneak up on me in real life, I could just be like, "What? I heard you, motherfucker! Get off me!" You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
there's benefits to each kind. The HyperX though, that's actually Kingston, the company, and that company's huge, and they really do know what they're doing. The HyperX, the Clouds, the Alphas, all of those have always been stellar.
The Cloud line is just
They've
their
always
gaming
been stellar,
headsets, and
yeah.
they're all phenomenal. Hell, so their craziest pair when I was doing my research, they have the Orbits now. It has like a face tracking technology in it. So like say your monitor's in front of you and you're playing a game and it's showing your sound like you're looking at the monitor, and you turn your head to the left, it will shift all the sound over like it's still coming from your monitors. So
That's stupid.
it's like a whole nother level of that. Yeah, it was like it's a $350 pair of headphones. I got a bunch of other tech in them, but that was their big new age thing, was that it literally track your head to know where the game is, let alone where the sound in the game is coming from, and adjust all of it based on where your head's looking.
Yeah. I had these ones too. Now these are really nice and look really cool, but
I looked at the
not-
Arctis. I looked at the Steel
they're
Series
not that
heavily.
great.
I did not like how they looked
I
aesthetically.
love how they look.
I
had the
didn't
white
like
pair.
how I liked the line. I liked how they did the LED in them. I was looking
Yeah.
at the 5s and the 7s.
I had the
The pros were a bit
white-
much.
I had the white 5s, and they're great. They were great, but the mic uses and it's not like a lot of gaming headsets use the same style of mic where there's no amplification properties within the mic or the headset or microphone at all, and they usually require like a USB dongle or something like that to go in it, or you plug it into your console, and then your console takes care of the amplifying properties. So I use a mixer with my setup, so I can actually have like fine-tuned control over everything as far as sound when I'm gaming, and there's a conflict with its digital interface, and then an analog interface on like the mixer, where the mic is noise canceling in any aspect whatsoever, you come off as like a whisper. You come through as a whisper,
It's
no matter
like
what.
double layering.
The mix amp requires like a raw signal,
Oh, okay.
where this one's like the signal's being played with by the time it's getting there, and it just no matter what, it just doesn't like it. So it's like it comes across as a whisper. Now there's like the HyperX microphone did it the worst because it has the most noise canceling to it, and then those Arctics did it like. Literally, like people were like, "Oh, I can hear you now," and then I can't hear you at all. And then like I would plug it into the controller, and they'd just be like, "Oh yeah, like you're fucking crystal clear. You sound fucking great."
Yeah, well,
And then I was like, okay, well, there's clearly something going on. I looked
in
it
all
up.
the reviews that I
It
was
doesn't.
looking at,
They don't like the mixers.
Arctis were really high rated for PS4 use or Xbox 360 type use, and they do have models that are specific to each.
But let's talk about that too. That's most of the time that's a color thing, and
It's
there's
not-
not
but-
really anything special.
Some of those
at
pairs,
all.
you notice that, like, for
Unless
example, the
it's USB.
surround sound doesn't work right.
Unless it's USB.
Some of them on Sony platforms, the surround sound would work right, but not on Xbox.
Yeah,
or
because
the
Xbox
Bluetooth
is whack as
would
fuck
would work
and
weird.
doesn't allow
it happens
USB
vice
microphones.
versa also.
Doesn't allow USB
It
microphones. Xbox does not allow USB microphones. Whack
you
as fuck.
have
You whack for that. Xbox.
microphones and surround sound are two areas where it may work on Xbox and not PlayStation, or work on PlayStation, not Xbox. Pretty much everything works on PC. And like
Well,
like
'cause
you were
just
saying
put
with
in
the
USB
mixer thing,
dongle and
that's why
you have
I was like
Doji
such a fan of the Logitechs if I were playing on PC, because the headphones and the software you're using to mix it are made to work together. So you're just really setting yourself up for the best situation.
Logitech software, boo.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
a
yeah,
lot of good
it's fucking
reviews for
terrible.
the
G-Hub?
specific one for these.
The
All right,
G-Hub?
maybe it doesn't work right.
No, it's not. It's not that
Um,
it doesn't work right. They're just nobody like they steal information from you, like
Oh,
all kinds of stuff. You got if it doesn't require you to log in, but that thing is on your network activity, and if you don't block any software from a gaming company, Razer, Corsair, I don't know, but I would assume any of those ones, they're getting information, your information, what your specs are from your computer, how long do you play a video game, how long you are on the internet,
that's
all that
data
stuff,
collection.
and they send that to Google or whoever the fuck's paying. So who knows who that is?
so I didn't even get that far with
I get into it.
because my purpose is not on a PC. So
I get into it.
they were a
Yeah,
moot
of
pair
course,
for
it's
me anyway,
completely
because
different.
all the fancy tech doesn't even work for the case of how I'm using headphones.
Yeah.
But I did really like the pair that was their current one. They sounded amazing.
Yeah, Astro was the best pair. Astro's the best pair of headsets you could get forever, and Logitech bought them. So they share that technology now, and Logitech's offerings have gotten extremely better. But like I said, like this is their lowest offering, and the shortcoming is you have to freaking plug it has a separate cable for your headphone and separate cable for your mic. So if you want to put that on a console, you have to get a splitter or whatever, or I guess it's still called a splitter. But you got to
Y
get that
cable.
Yeah, Y cable,
Yeah.
and then you're all good. And like I said, it just really depends on what you're trying to get out of it. Like Sam was saying,
That's
wants to
where
do
I was looking
music.
for a blend of audio
exactly.
file needs and gaming needs, and that's where these just kind of filled all the buckets real well. They travel real well. Being that they can be Bluetooth or corded is really nice to have.
Bluetooth will kill you though, man. You gotta know
also,
that.
it's
You can't
also
be having
like
those waves so close to your face.
it's
your head.
not as good of a sound on the audiophile analysis side. Like Bluetooth isn't as good anyway, but it's nice to have the full functionality of
If
everything.
you're sending it from an iPhone though, it's great.
I like I like that HyperX does this with their boom mics, where they're just like the quick audio jack plug-in.
Yeah, you just
type,
that's what I
so,
mean. Like with
everything's so easy.
with the dope Philips or Sennheisers, you just buy one of those
yeah,
and you're done.
but
And someone's 10 feet behind you and thinking they're sneaking up on you, and you already know where they're at. And then when they watch the replay, they're like, "How
there's a
the
different
fuck
one.
did he know where I was
there's
at?
two ports. Yeah,
He's cheating. He's cheating.
I,
How did he know where I was at? He's cheating." And it's like, no, motherfucker, I got the dope ass open ear fucking shit. I'm sitting there. I can hear you from a mile away, bro. I hear you little
they're insane.
trying to come through the door, man. I heard you. That's how I knew you were there.
But
Ain't nobody cheating.
some of those headphones don't. Sennheiser was like a top quality brand, but I just really didn't like how their GSP model looked. The Audio Technicas
Yeah, you
are
were
my
buying
second favorite for
you were
sure.
buying a what I mean, I don't buy them. I don't care what I fucking look like.
That's
with the headphones on. I'm not wearing headphones.
that's
listening
a
to music
decision
outside.
when I'm down to the last four
Yeah.
pairs where really you pick
Exactly.
any of them and you won.
Exactly.
But What I like, so this pair they have.
You're
like,
just taking it personally. What I'm saying,
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything about you personally. I'm just saying.
I'm just
get
expressing my decision
gaming-
for the internet and what mattered in it.
Exactly. So you're saying what you thought, why you thought they were the best,
Yeah.
not why they are the best.
One thing that helped a
Is all I'm
lot
saying.
was they used like a dual
Taking
chamber
it personal.
system in the cups. So with these ones, they separate, like especially for music, they separate your bass and your treble really well. Because like it sucks that when you get a pair that it just sounds like mud when you've got like a good track playing that's kind of filling a whole vocal range. And these sound really clear, really crisp. You can hear every single instrument in the song. Big fan of that. So that helped a lot that they work so well on the music side.
That's why I got my Beats, yo.
I'm about to say, I can't
I
do
bought-
the same head.
I bought one.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, exactly.
I
yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
I bought one pair to be everything. And
I got
these will
the
do me good
Sonys.
for
Actually,
at least a
I don't
couple
know.
of years.
But
I
do
don't
they
have
like
Beats.
beat? You know?
I don't have
Yeah.
Beats. I don't have
These
Beats.
they don't have a subwoofer built into them,
yeah,
but they
that's
hit
a
bass
price.
very well.
I got the
I need
Sonys.
them to,
The Sonys, but no Bluetooth, bro.
I'll let
No-
you try
no
these out,
Bluetooth.
like-
Bluetooth in your head, bro, on your brain. No good, man. Them waves, man.
These
5G,
I'll let you try them.
5G
They got a good
in your
sound.
head. I've seen it. I've seen 5G signals kill trees in England.
I've seen those pictures.
What?
Oh yeah, like trees that are like fine
I-
on this side of the
I've never
tree
seen-
and like riding
yeah,
away
I've
on
only
this-
seen
Oh,
the videos.
I've seen actual
I've only
pictures.
seen the videos. Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't actually seen them. And the guy could have sprayed Roundup on one side of the tree, came back a
He
week
could
later.
have
and
tried
be like,
to focus
look at
it,
these
yeah.
5Gs. Look what this 5G, I'm telling you, mate.
they've
I'm fucking telling you, mate.
Look what they've done. They're killing us.
The 5Gs, they just installed that damn antenna over there
Their
1
short
week ago.
range is where people are concerned.
1
too,
week
so,
ago,
like,
and
you
it's
just
right
gotta put
here in my
so many of
fucking
them.
apartment complex, mate. Anyways,
Anyways,
the real
It's a good
real
search.
thing is about headphones. You're probably gonna go through like 3 pairs before you find one that you like.
mm-hmm.
So, like, do what Sam did, research the hell out of it, and figure it out because there's way too many offerings. There's way too much bullshit saying this, that, or whatever.
Also, fuck Turtle Beach.
Turtle
I'm
Beach
still on
is
that
dope.
They make a
And
good.
Brocky has the best Turtle
I'm
Beaches
like,
ever with the
what?
superhuman hearing. I'm pretty
Whatever.
sure that's been classified as cheating.
It definitely is.
And they fucking quit making it because it was so cheesy.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It
It
was so
really
cheesy.
is. Like,
You'd be like,
you
wait, was
literally-
there
I don't-
something?
I
Doosh.
just don't like
It's
them. I don't like how they feel. They're heavy.
you can hear it feels like you can hear the character breathing.
Yeah, they're way too gamer. They're way too gamer.
They're way too
is,
gamer.
Turtle Beach is way too gamer. The offerings have gotten worse too. Where like, you know, they had like the sharp edges on the side where there was like points and this and the cups were designed and this and that. And it's like, you know, you never look at them. You don't even get to look at them. And even then, like, you're not streamers aren't buying your headphones. They're not buying Turtle Beaches. They're not
Yeah.
buying any gamer sets of headphones. They're buying the ones like the Philips with the open cans or the Sennheisers or whatever because they're fucking streaming in their office for like 9 hours. They need to be able to interact with like every aspect of everything. The
And they got to be
screen,
comfy when
the
you're
game-
wearing
yeah,
them
yeah.
that long.
and they're got to be light. Like the Philips
Yeah.
ones, I only bring the Philips ones up because I know from experience. And these are like super sought after headphones. You can't even find them online half the time because they're sold out. They're a $100 pair. You can get them for like $60 almost all the time.
These
on
ones
Amazon.
are lighter than my last pair of HyperX
on Amazon, and that's why they're sold out all the time. Like they're just so fucking popular. Some people buy 2 or 3 pairs at a time.
Mhm.
And
Wear
the
one pair till they're
Sennheisers,
dead.
the Sennheisers are the same. I mean, it's because like they're never gonna go. They're audiophile headphones, so like they're never gonna go. They're already built to the highest tier of audio. Besides listening to like heavy bass and like if you were trying to listen to like hip hop or like dance music or anything. I mean, if you're trying to listen to music besides like a guitar or a piano or a single instrument with these headphones, then like you just need to buy a different set of headphones that are meant for that.
Yeah.
So like that's what they're gonna use. They're using audiophile, like professional grade, the shit you would use inside the studio.
Yeah.
Like what we used in the studio that when we used to have. Those are all Audio Technica, open in. Some of them were closed. Like it just that's what you would really want to go for if you're like trying to like maximize your like ability to hear.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, but like
the
Audio reality
Technica is what really pushed me towards these was a $50 price change.
Well, like the $50 price
from-
change, and like honestly, like HyperX is probably as audiophile as you can get while still being
a
in the gamer
headset.
the gamer category, and that's because, like I mentioned, Kingston is their parent company, and they know what the fuck they're doing, and they're like, dude, we're not gonna fucking cheap it.
That way you put it there is
Steel
exactly
Series-
what pushed me into these as
Steel
my final
Series
decision, and the last pair
borrows-
were so good to me.
Yeah, SteelSeries borrows how they get their little edge on everything. It's a knocked off version of an old Audio Technica brand that's still available, but it's been remade so many times and upgraded that the price difference is just too ridiculous. While the Arctics stay in a relatively affordable price range.
Yeah.
And that's what people, like a lot of people will buy them off of that because
Pretty
you're
much
gonna get
every
the best
pair
of
I was
both.
looking at was 100 to 150. The
Yeah.
Arctis the Arctis did get lower, but since I was looking at like mainly the 7s or the Pros, the Pros were like 250. The 7s were in my range of like I think those were around 120.
Yeah, but if you go look at a dope pair of audiophile headphones without just headphones,
Yeah.
not a headset, and you buy a $30 dope, like the best mic that you can get for that, and they don't cost more than $30.
Then you can put
It's
together a pair.
$130.
Yeah.
That's potentially better than any gaming headset that you're gonna get for gaming.
Yeah.
Okay, not for everything else.
I thought
For
Turtle
gaming.
Beach was just the go-to.
Turtle Beach is it
It's
used
because
to be
of
the
the heads that
go-to
are
because
down.
they were the
Right
only
where they
ones.
were.
But Rocky has a good pair of Turtle Beaches from back in the day. Like
I
they were
just-
probably $80
he
back
nailed
in the
it
day.
in they're way too gamery, and because I wanted
they're
both.
just all gamer.
I
Like,
wanted
you couldn't-
both options.
You couldn't even like
of using
where
them.
you couldn't even do it. Like those look like a regular pair of headphones, like that you would listen to music in.
And yeah, they're light, they're comfy, they got a great sound. I was concerned because they have smaller drivers than the other pairs I was comparing them to, but other designs in them, like that dual chamber thing, really improves what they're capable of. And like, yeah, just all around a good set. And I've been wearing the hell out of them for the past 2 days because I just got them. Last night was my first like hardcore gaming session
And
with
they didn't
them,
even
and
work.
Yeah, they didn't work at first, and then you guys just fucked with me.
Yeah, we got him good. We got him good. This guy came in on
Oh,
the
man,
chat,
that's
and he's
the
like,
good
"Hello, what's up, guys?" And we could hear him clearly. So I was like, "What up, dude? What's up?" And then nothing, and you'd hear like a little like static every once in a while. And I was like, "Okay, something's clearly going on." And then he like came back, and we could hear him like clear as day. And the guy we were gaming with was like, "Oh, is Sam gonna join back in?" And like I knew,
Oh, man. Yeah.
he could hear him.
And I
knew he could hear
tripping.
him, but I also knew at the same time, I'm like, dude, he's gonna. All right, let's get it. Okay, cool.
Who was
So
it?
Oh,
Matt, High
Yeah,
Society,
Hey.
808, and shout out if he's watching because sometimes he does. But he gets them, and I'm just like, I already had kind of like to interact with it. I already started to interact, so I just stopped and pretended like I was like kind of just messing around, and I was like, oh yeah, man, I don't know if he's coming back.
Yeah.
And we had it going for maybe like 5 minutes. Like solid 5 minutes.
It was too long that I unplugged,
he's like-
plugged in,
he's like,
unplugged,
I'm gonna
plugged
just-
in, and I was like, the fuck? Well,
I'm
it was
gonna
like,
just join the party.
it just happened to be the first time I was trying this pair of headphones, like, on my PlayStation.
If you
the
would've
first
said-
time I was trying to mic up, and I was just like, wait a second.
If you would have said that you were gonna get off, we probably would have ended it sooner.
Yeah.
But you're like, I'm just gonna join your guys' party. Fuck it, I'm
Yeah.
joining your game. And so we're like, all right, cool. Like he's joining the game, so he's
Oh,
in
come
here.
on.
We don't have to.
I know,
do it.
I know how to be a fucking trooper. Remember when we were running that raid, and there was the one guy, and we were running a raid in Destiny, and there was a guy who,
The
for
good
some
old
reason,
days.
no one else could hear him except me. Remember that
It's
night?
like-
And we still got through
whatever
that
the
shit.
nat type, whatever the nat type is, there's 3 tiers, and like one tier, one of the tiers like is like seamlessly connects with the other two. But if someone, for whatever reason, can't get on that type, then they're like secluded. So like if you're on 3, let's say you're on 3, it'll only interact with 3 or 2 or whatever. And if you're on 1, that it will like interact with all of them. But if 2 people are sharing one nat type that doesn't interact with like, or and one of them doesn't interact with the other, like if you're whatever 2 and the other guy's a 3 and the 3 can't connect with the other guys, it just it will only allow one person to talk to him for whatever reason. It's happened not a lot, but
it's
it has
only ever
happened
happened
before.
to me in Destiny. So.
Right, but it has happened before, and this shit happened in the middle of the raid, and we're just like, all right, Sam, you gotta fucking,
oh man,
you just
Chain of
take what
command.
we're saying, and you tell him what he's saying, and just make sure he doesn't try to respond back to us, because we don't know what the fuck he's gonna be saying.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got it done though. We got it done.
We got it done. That's what matters. And that's exactly when I
used to
got
do that
my
shit, too.
I got that Nation of Beasts drop for that one too. That was like the what is it?
It's basically
The Masterwork set. That's like their version.
It's the curated role.
That's what I was looking for. The curated role.
Which
And I
is
still hop in
basically,
that. It's a great archetype hand cannon.
I can't even remember the name of it.
Hey, are you getting Phantasy Star Online? My bad not to cut you off, but while I remember, I want to.
Yeah, as soon as it comes out. I forgot when it's coming out. It's coming out this year.
I'm about to go pre-order it.
I remember checking it out.
When is it coming out? Why are you going to pre-order it?
Because I heard it was coming out sooner than later. That's why I was
We have
wondering.
computers in front of us.
Pre-orders.
We have
Do you fuck with Phantasy Star Online?
Don't give
I
GameStop
haven't
any money.
before,
The
but
faster
I'm
they go
curious.
out of business, the sooner we can start a gaming store.
I was blown
I'm
away
already
that
over
they
that.
had it, like that they were bringing it over to consoles. So, but I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm like, I was like reading some shit last night, and they were saying that this shit might be coming out like sooner than later, and I was
That'd
like,
be cool,
what?
especially because so many games got pushed back.
What is it coming out on?
It's supposed to come out on all systems, right?
No.
What? Don't
No, I
say
don't
it's
know.
a PC only, dog.
No, it's not PC.
Here it
only.
is. Here it is. Here it is. Phantasy Star Online 2.
I know it's supposed to come out on Nintendo.
Someone's already got gameplay of it.
Ooh.
Is it out already?
Of course,
Huh?
it is.
Probably some.
What? It was
IGN
4
type
days
shit.
ago. It's gonna be soon.
Yeah, see? That like there's like
Bro,
a
this is the
forum.
original. This is the original multiplayer, like group multiplayer
Yeah,
MMO,
dog.
MMO.
Yeah.
Did you
Not
read
massive. It wasn't massively. It was
played
like
it,
four.
but-
How many people could be in your party?
It was massive for that time.
Yeah, it was right. It was massive for that time. They're like, dude, there's fucking 6 people in here. You'd be like, dude, there's a guy in here. There's a guy in this world with me.
Yeah.
And you're on console, of
Playing
course.
with
You know
someone
what I
on
mean?
the internet. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that was just enough for me to just,
Yeah, dog.
you know. So let's see what it is
Let's-
here. West in 2020 for sure.
We should get some of this blasphemous going.
We are.
It's supposed to come out like within the next month or two, right?
It's fucking spring.
Ooh,
That's what I'm saying, dog.
That's spring's around the corner.
Whoa. Hold on.
Coming to Xbox One for free. Yeah, that was it. There was something major about this shit. Yeah, time to renew your Xbox accounts.
Yeah,
It's gonna be free. Oh well, isn't Sega didn't like Microsoft kind of buy Sega or something like that?
Did they?
Let's see. It
Sega
says
Games.
it. Oh,
so
well,
no
that's the
PS4?
history right there.
Oh no, it is PlayStation. It's coming on PlayStation, right?
It's already. Is it already out on PlayStation?
No, they have a version on PlayStation, but
Nintendo Switch in
Oh,
2018.
okay. Hold on. No, this is just Phantasy Star Online 2. Here we go.
I thought that was what it was about, though. Was
Hold on.
2 coming over.
this shit is only PC and Xbox One.
No. It's on PlayStation 4, but I think it's just Japan.
What?
Yeah, like it was like. Oh, well, that's
Let's
why,
see
like,
what they
this is even
say.
talking
Let's
that
see
it's
what
coming
they
to the
say.
West.
Let's see what they say. Well, it says Sega initially released Phantasy Star Online on PC in Japan and later ported the game to mobile platforms, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
But PSO2
But
has never,
it's never come stateside.
So, it's always been
so like I
region
said,
line.
yeah. So it's been on all those places in Japan. All those places in Japan.
So we're not getting a port?
Can we read it?
I don't know how to read.
Yeah. So the first one, yeah, Phantasy Star Online was on Dreamcast. Okay. So they localize it. The localizing, mesmerizing.
Spring 2020.
Watch us now. There should be something giving us.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
the
saying,
landing
dog,
page right
like,
there. You can go to their page. It'll say what it's coming to about. Uh-oh. Cookies?
I
They talking
followed
about
this
cookies right
one
now?
fool on fucking Facebook, and this fool started talking about it, and he was like, "Yo, it's coming sooner than later, guys."
It's like anime as fuck, right?
Play free now. Coming soon. Play.
But that's PC.
Confusion.
PC be like that, dog. You can get shit today.
Confusion.
A trainee's guide to pets. Beginner's introduction to alliances.
Oh, the closed beta test. Players may experience an issue. That was, closed beta test. That's what it is.
So, if you probably maybe a pre-order. Wait, but it was free. So I just
How can I
sign up for somewhere to get that.
Oh, that's bullshit, bro. They really
75G.
doing this for Xbox only? It look like, dog.
Xbox Live account.
I mean, I'm just glad I got one.
An Xbox Live account?
It's out.
Oh.
I wonder if he's talking about PS4 then. Or is it just not coming to PS4?
Well, it was saying like, I don't know. I never had much of an attachment in the past.
Okay, so maybe it was only till the 9th, I guess, that you could have played it for free on there. I don't know, but it's the beta.
But it's coming. That's what matters.
It says play free now.
It might already be here. Play now on Xbox One. We're gonna have to sign in on an Xbox One to figure this out.
That's interesting.
Interesting indeed.
I thought it was a completely new game, to be honest.
Oh, I thought it was a port when it was at E3 that they made the announcement. Was it this year? Or not this year? I mean, last year.
I thought it was a new game completely.
Yeah, that's why I'm tripped out right now.
But it's coming for free also, so.
That's
I will take that extra life. Yo, Torchman is the one that's giving me the most trouble in this game right now. Because there's like a few of those shots in this, like screens where you're getting chased by a wall of fire. And one hit, you die when you get hit with the fire. And it's like, yeah, probably the hardest thing so far in this for me. I've beaten all the other bots. All I got left is Torchman before I can go to the Wily stage. Let's talk about this bad boy a second. Blasphemous. We tried it last week. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, this is like, it's a Dark Souls-vania game. It is very much
Dark Souls-vania.
It's like almost like they're trying to go over the top in comparison to Dark Souls with like one of your side challenges is you're hunting and killing babies that are just flying around in cages.
I don't think you're killing them. We won't go that far.
You're freeing their souls.
You're freeing them.
You're freeing their souls.
You may strike the cage that they're in, but you're freeing them.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Looks like you're killing
PS4 Switch confirmed.
But what does that mean? It almost said like it was already out.
Yeah, it fucking might be out already. We're terrible.
We
are terrible. at this.
Everybody
Don't come
makes
to
mistakes.
us to learn about video games. 'Cause we don't fucking know.
Especially if it's called Phantasy Star.
The internet. This is one of the things the internet was just the terrible information on. So someone's not doing their work. Someone's not grinding here.
the shit that tripped me out. Like
Someone's not grinding here because we
like
should not be able to
600
Google
people.
this shit, and it comes up with kind of like even
Like,
their
all
thing
over the
like
place answers.
you got beta thing and thing that says play now for free, but is the beta still going, or you have a thing that says it ended on the 9th? It was extended to the 9th. It's the fucking 17th. Well, your website's not updated. I mean, Sega went out of business. I don't know. This could have something to do with it. You guys don't even update your fucking websites.
Do not know. Do not know.
Well, what is it? What, like this is all Microsoft stuff. It doesn't say play now PS4. It doesn't say play now Switch.
That's what I don't get. Like, it was like 600 people talking
Yeah.
about this shit last night. That's why I was like, oh, maybe it's coming out like this week or something.
It's got to be.
I thought you had information on it. That's why I asked.
I literally thought it was a completely different
Me
Fantasy
too.
Star game. I didn't know
I
it was
didn't know it
online
was just
too. It
this.
was just fucking ported from Japan. Yeah, I didn't know they
Yeah,
just
I guess-
fucking made. Got,
I mean,
got,
the more
quit
research
being
you're doing,
lazy for 7 years
It almost
and
sounds
made the fucking English dub version of it. Like I didn't. Fuck. I mean, you guys need money. You better be getting some fucking translators.
like something like that.
Something for real.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fucking dead.
He died. He died.
I'm still going to get it, though.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
I mean, it's free, so I'll try it. I will try it.
Well, no, I mean, I'm familiar with. I played Phantasy Star
I didn't
online,
play
Me
it.
too. I played it on
but like,
fucking Dream.
you know, the two never came out here, and I wouldn't expect it to come out here. I would expect a brand new one completely, right?
I
For the
agree.
entire world.
yeah,
for
those
the
aren't
world.
those really big games?
Yeah,
was.
dude, I'm telling you, you're talking about one of the first online games.
I mean,
like besides
the size of
EverQuest.
the game.
Some
like, what you
random
got going on inside.
motherfucker would just walk up and you would be like,
Like
Yo.
this is the game that inspired like Final Fantasy Online.
Yeah.
Like any online game
that
after
shit was a
like
game changer, dog.
I'm gonna say EverQuest.
I guess I didn't mean that in
was already
size. I
there.
meant like inside
EverQuest
its
was
world.
definitely already there.
The world.
Oh
of it
yeah,
is
it's
big.
dude.
Is
Yes.
like huge.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Jerry's kids.
Damn, I can't believe that shit is just a port, though. That shit is weird.
It's not that weird. All right,
That's
let's
a big game, dog.
let's check it. Let's check out the blasphemy.
Blasphemy.
So yeah, we got this Dead Souls Vania. Like
Ooh.
you gotta get good at your dodges. You gotta get good at your parries.
Who's running first, Rocky?
Rocky, you got this.
Okay.
Who I ran last, so I think it's you last time. And then I
I
think it's Rocky.
I don't know.
I
remember
went
we were
first
just,
last
We were
time.
just wandering.
I know, and then I played last.
All right, if you guys are fighting over it, I'll take the sticks.
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
not fighting at all.
I mean,
I've played the shit out of the game, so
Yeah,
Doesn't make
it's
so
sense.
really cool.
question: those fucking like flying bugs or embers, does that become something?
What flying bugs?
Like we couldn't jump to certain areas, but then there's like these like little floating.
Oh, we don't.
embers.
I don't know about that yet.
but
yeah,
yeah, you
There's some ability.
You can't collect all of, which is a classic mechanic in Castlevania type games, even the Dark Soul games. Like you're gonna have to pass some stuff.
You gotta
that you
unlock
can't get.
abilities to be able to get to new areas.
Right.
They got that tracked well.
Yeah, so you're
Kind
gonna
of
have
just
to,
this
yeah.
game. They kind of just like they tell you this story of like you gotta go do this. You gotta what?
This controller's.
You gotta go.
the story that they're
in the
telling
pilgrimage, they're
you
like
gotta be careful with it how it goes in.
you gotta like repent or something, or you gotta go.
Oh, I plugged it in the
What is wrong port.
computer.
Ooh.
By the way, can we just? I pulled the plastic off of this thing. Can we just take a look at this?
Yeah, I saw that. That's dope.
Yeah. Looking
Oh,
good.
that was a
I
dope
like that
move.
circle. That little circle LED right there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
The colors. You can't see it on the stream, but the Dutch Master's new tower.
We might have to set
Build.
something up like that so we can have a
is
camera that moves
looking
around.
real nice.
Yeah, Micro Center had a fucking ridiculous deal because the new AMD 3990X or 3900X Threadripper dropped. So they had an insane fucking deal on everything. So I just went and bought. I really just wanted to get a new
power over here still.
Well, you gotta wait a second, dude. Ooh. Oh my gosh, Rocky.
How was that me?
Because somehow the things only seem to don't work when you have them. What's up?
You're good at breaking shit.
What up?
Hey, whatever, man.
Where you at? Is it good?
No.
Is it trying to use the keyboard like default to that or something?
No. I mean, it will obviously allow me to use the keyboard.
Oh, I thought maybe like.
There's no light, or what?
No power to it at all.
That's weird. Maybe something got disconnected inside there. Here, we'll just do this.
Ooh. Super Dark Souls with these. You gotta go find these like candle things. What is that called?
Got it. Yeah, that's like there's a name for it.
It was fires. You found campfires in Dark Souls, but this
That looks like a shrine.
it's your shrine. There's a good word for
It's
it.
a good word. Shrine's a good word.
Yeah, you gotta find those throughout. Those are where you can go get full health again.
Yeah, you
but it's
better
gonna respawn
fucking
everybody.
get saucy real quick, player. You're in the thick of it.
Like, I forget it. Is it a guard or is it just a parry?
I don't know. I've never seen that move before.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? Okay.
Oh, they're getting you with those spears. They're getting you with those spears.
I jumped. I don't know what happened.
All right, why don't you play some buttons here while there's no anybody? Why don't you
Hey, you forgot how real it was for a second.
I forgot how to block and shit.
yeah.
That's just there.
Okay,
Okay,
that's-
go,
That's
you
you
better
have
go back.
3 of those
Okay,
potions.
I'm gonna go back. You
Yeah,
go
hey,
back.
fuck around over here a second to figure out because I think one of those moves uses
Okay,
health.
slide.
Okay, so we're gonna just recap. I'm gonna recap this
Yeah.
here for a second.
You have a parry.
Okay, chill out. Okay, let me speak. We gotta quit with the talking over one another.
What?
That's the shit where you hurt yourself.
You guys are the worst, seriously. Okay, so Rocky just got a little flavor of how this game dishes it out. So they don't give a shit whether you remember how to play or not. It pretty much stays like this the entire time.
Watch out for that guy.
So Rocky probably got us to this point for the most part.
Oh no, man! I killed it last week in the parts I was playing.
Okay. Anyways,
I cleaned
what did
that
I
whole
just
bridge
say?
and
What did I
closed
just
that
say?
bridge.
What did I just say?
Look, I gotta defend my efforts.
Rocky got this. Okay, Rocky took the secret path that got us to here. Did he not?
That side
Okay.
path.
Alrighty. Cool.
Nice.
Anyways, great discussion. Glad you got to defend yourself on
Hey.
that one.
Oh,
Anyways,
we're farther than that though, because we're across that bridge.
Yeah, but we would never have gone this way. So we wouldn't even have got to this part if it wasn't for Rocky.
All right.
Okay.
I was saying something different.
Anyways, because you have something different to say because it doesn't matter to what I said. Exactly. You were saying something different.
Whatever.
Right. Anyways, so Blasphemous, this game. Exactly. We were up to this part. We were actually
Use a health
flawless, and
that's right.
he's gonna have to get back into it because that's what you have to do with this game. You need to get in the mindset. It
I would
has
come here and just
difficult platforming. It has repetition. It has memory. You need to know these enemies' moves, their move sets, what they're gonna do. They're kind of they're telltale signs of what they do before they do an attack.
Yeah.
So once Rocky gets back into that, this is probably not the best area to get back into the game, like if you took a break. And this is probably a game that's not the best to take breaks from, kind of like Dark Souls,
Yeah,
because you do need to have some sort of rhythm and then also like that muscle memory of how each enemy needs to be approached.
you find yourself running through these levels so many times that like you want to have it fresh to know their timing's down, and because they're gonna spawn in the same way every time. They're gonna attack in these formats every time. Like even though they have different moves, like Dutch said, you can see their build-ups, you can see their startups, But
Right.
this game, yeah, it's like you got to learn all. You have to fail your way to learning how to play this game in places.
And that actually, I was just talking about it. Reminded me. Didn't you have that teleport that you could actually probably teleport to an earlier part of the game, and it not be so difficult?
I have no idea.
Didn't we find
maybe.
that thing?
I
We
don't-
found
I
a
don't-
room that allows us to teleport.
Oh yeah,
I have no
I guess
idea.
we got to find another room of that.
We did. We had one.
I
We
don't
had
even
one.
remember
We had
how
one
to-
other. We had one other place to teleport to.
I feel like I
maybe.
just went backwards.
Well,
though.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
you're
I
going
think you're
backwards.
going
This is
backwards,
the bridge that I was talking about before. You're going backwards right now.
okay.
Yeah.
I was just making sure I felt like I was
But
going back.
let's be clear though, there probably isn't really a backwards or forwards because you're
It's
going to
a
be
big map.
Yeah, you're going to be frequenting. Like if you played any of the Castlevanias, you know that that's how it was. It was laid out like Metroid's like that as well. A ton of games are actually
From
use that
the
mechanic.
map. That like because you said
Here
like
it
the
is.
secret area that he started going in. We went into that bridge. We went all the way
Yeah.
down to the bottom. We crossed
Wait, this is
underneath, and then we closed the bridge.
This is
Or we
the-
like completed the bridge.
Oh, this is the bridge that allows you to get stuff.
Penitent. That's the word I was looking for before. All the bosses is like penances. You're supposed to be paying to like your religion. This shit is super religious,
He just gave us and shit.
right?
Upgrade.
Thank you. Ooh. You gained blood.
Hey, that was disgusting.
Yeah, but this is the mea culpa. Yeah, so watch now. You just basically allowed her to fucking.
Increase
You
the
know.
power of your sword. You can also use Tears of Atonement to unlock combat techniques.
We had to almost pause you
Blech.
twice in there.
We'll fix that in post.
We don't do
Visit
any-
additional
we don't edit,
shrine-
we don't edit anything.
Look, we already know what's going on.
But they don't. Anyways, go in and hit Y, and you'll be able to. Basically, you freed her. She gave you that, and allowing
you
her to
can
do so
upgrade
frees
shit.
it. Exactly. Now you can upgrade some shit. So look at that first level. I guess I got the.
You can buy any of those blue ones.
I got the thing that does the thing with the thing.
That's an extra hit in your combo. Sinful Wrath. Oh, those are good. That's the one where you shoot the spell and it runs across
Exactly.
the ground.
That's the one I got.
That's a good one to get.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Falling
Oh
attack,
no, that's the one I
punch.
got. My
Ooh,
bad. That's the one I got. So you can actually do a down strike when you're above enemies.
That's good for those big old dudes that run
Yeah.
into the wall with those helmets.
Well, yeah, and he like if
Oh,
you
look at that.
if you do the is this a
Dodge the
Huge
okay, so
thrust, like you
big
just-
old just
so
straight attack.
look at to see if one of these was a projectile.
That one costs more. The blade one, so left one, that is a projectile that runs across the ground. That's a good one for
That's
sure.
the one you already get though. No, that's a different.
Oh, we
that's
already
different.
have that
Well, that's a
attack?
magic. That's a
Oh.
magic. This is
I
your
thought
sword
this was
attack.
Then my bad.
So
Or maybe I can unlock
Left
it.
one.
we-
Go
we
left
get-
one and leave
can
it
we
on
get
that.
Can we get a read time here, Rocky?
Oh my bad. Which one you want to hear?
Right one. That one.
Yes.
Leave it on that.
Allowing the hand to under this full potential in a single button. Oh, okay, so it's a very, very strong attack.
Okay, it's like a
Go to the one to
ultra
the
heavy
very
hit.
left.
That's like
Okay,
a
so it's a
combo
combo.
finisher, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I like the down attack personally, but you can actually afford any of them because
Oh, 'cause we
when
got
I
cash money.
got to my first mea culpa statue, I only had like enough to buy that one.
Oh, we can get both of these bad boys.
We can get
huh?
yeah, you can get all of them. I think.
No, we only got 3,000.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
no, we
one of
can
them's
get 3 of
2,000.
them?
One of them's 2,000. I didn't see that.
know. This motherfucker is, but I mean, fuck it. Let's
Well, maybe
We'll grab
that's the
this
most
one.
important one. Then no, maybe if you think about that, like having that fourth combo finish attack.
I mean,
guess
like
so.
You could buy
'cause it's
that.
all those rank
Okay.
and files, like once
You could
get
buy
in there,
that
you
and
get
then
an
the
extra
next
hit.
two.
Yeah,
Right.
you can buy the two 500s and that. And all we lost is the thrust. We're good,
kind of wanted to thrust.
but you can get that later. Just go get.
Okay,
get some
Rocky,
blood
just
money.
do. I want it. Then you should have just bought the thrust attack. Dude.
You know, I mean,
you had
I-
the controller in
I
your
was
hand.
trying to be a real one, you know. Y'all wanted to play with all the other moves.
I have a whole nother save file and everything.
Yeah,
and
this is-
on
this one's
my
just for the
main,
show.
you know, on the main. On the main thing, man.
Ooh.
Nice. Is that just down and an attack?
Yeah,
to
it's
do it?
dope. Dopest dope I've ever smoked.
What was that? Then you got the heavy attack. How do you do that one?
Or you just hold it.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
Nice. And then what
Hey,
was the
now
third
you
one?
can fuck some shit up though that we couldn't before.
Oh, the third one was the fourth attack, so like you can mash through the combo and you get an extra hit.
Right.
Fuck yeah. Get at it.
Excuse
Go up that
moi.
ladder, I guess. Right, you came out of that blue door on the right.
Yes, sir.
Here we go.
Should I go up or should I slide in here?
Your
Let's see
call.
what's cracking.
You're driving right now.
Oh,
man.
maybe this is what
Ooh,
you
that
were
okay.
talking
That's
about,
the
Doug.
teleport thing we found.
Was
At
this
the,
it?
that was at the end of the
that's
session. last
yeah. So hit it up, and I'm pretty sure it had one other spot that we
Yeah.
could go to.
Over here.
See, so yeah,
I
that's
think
where
we're
you
at
started.
now. Oh, is that?
Yeah, that's where we started. Is Albero, and then we were at the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow.
Oh, pick one.
Okay. Or I guess we'll just
Or
continue.
where we at? Whoa.
Continue
looks the
to-
I
same.
think- yeah. Is this? What
I mean,
we
yeah,
just...
I just went back out so we can just,
Oh, okay. So you
Oh,
did.
I thought you
Okay. I was
picked
like-
one.
get to work.
I was like, shit. Now we definitely don't know where the fuck we're at.
See what's cracking up in this door.
There you go. Oh, that doesn't look good. Nothing happened. Oh, okay. Can you talk to her? No answer.
Maybe, we got to put the heat on the bitch.
Heat the
Give me the answer, bitch. All right, nothing.
heat the cheeks.
Nothing happened.
I'll be back, bitch. I ain't going to forget.
We'll be back when something happens there.
Something's gonna happen.
Looks like something's gonna happen. It looks like
So,
something
like-
did happen there. In fact, I think this game's a liar.
I think we need to find. I think those. Oh, that's the guy we helped across the bridge.
What's up, Leroy? You're like, hey, I'm on drugs.
I think we have to try and find more of those shrines so you can unlock those extra level attacks. That's what like the 2 was, because we only have 1 so far.
Ooh, I didn't even know I could do that.
Door opened. Oh. So with that noise, something's gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, somebody about to be wild as fuck out here.
Can you cut? No, you can't. I thought that would burn down or something. Get through that bridge.
You can.
Can you just drop down through it?
Yeah,
Oh,
you just
okay.
Jump.
Climb that
Na
wall.
na na na.
Oh, that's gonna break.
Oh.
That's gonna break.
Oh,
Oh, okay, okay.
no.
You get a little puzzle here. Better be moving. That's not
Oh.
it.
Slide jump. Oh, oh,
Stick that wall.
oh, oh, oh.
There you go. There you go.
Bitch. Fucks with me. Oh. Oh no.
Fucks with ya.
Hey, cold part is, it ain't no, oh, you got hurt, nigga. It's
No.
just death.
No, you fall them spikes, you done.
The
Where do we start though? We go back.
beauty of that right there is that's exactly what I mean. You take a break and then you got it. That's what you're faced with right when you come off the break. Like, damn, I shouldn't have fucking waited a
Right.
week to play this game.
Yo, dead ass is like that. This shit.
Oh, that's how you do that. That's how you parry. How do you slide?
Trigger.
Ah.
Slide. And just because I went a completely different way in the game, I still haven't even got to this area. I still haven't gone
Good.
back.
See,
and gone
good.
there.
We're helping your playthrough too. I like that.
That we're actually not helping it.
Oh, you're gonna know what to do now when you get over here or something. I don't know. I know nothing. I forget. Does he automatically grab the corner when you like grab a ledge? did I have
I
to
think
press
you have to
something?
press. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I really don't know.
You went through here, Rocky?
Yeah.
Because it looks like this might just be no. Because seeing if you drop back at all or something like this is just a little maze. Yeah, let's get to the end of it to find out, I guess. Oops. That's not how you get there. Oh, I see what you gotta do. Gotta drop down and hit on the side.
Side hit. That's a side hit. Ooh, he tried to fuck you. Auto fuck.
There.
Tried to auto fuck you.
Ooh.
Kind of auto.
Okay, where are we going?
Where are you going, bro?
Ooh. Didn't mean to spend that, but it's all good.
Excusez-moi.
That's not gonna be good for me.
They don't have no love in this game, dog.
No, man, that's the Dark Souls feeling for you.
Ooh, what is it?
Who move?
That is.
Yeah, that's how
One
you.
of them little weird pieces that go in that room.
Oh, it's
Collectible,
collectible. Okay. Well.
Collect them all. They're like, you are a hoarder.
Ooh. Brotherhood of Sorrow. Oh, we're back here. Okay.
That's the part
but
we
now
couldn't reach. That's the
candle
part
anything?
we couldn't reach.
Nothing happened.
Strike the
All
candle.
right, so maybe
Nope.
maybe something we unlock later those
Yeah,
become
something,
active
yeah.
or something.
Oh yeah, that
Ooh,
looks like what
ooh.
it is.
Ooh. We like that.
Boss fight.
Yeah, definitely. Should I go that way or that way?
It's your choice.
Ooh, we're gonna go to the right.
Boss fight.
Definitely. Oh wait, isn't this where you had that first
Yeah.
boss fight? So we loop back to the
Ooh.
beginning? Interesting. Yeah, look at that. We made that whole circle, I guess. Because we came across. Yeah, that's what we did.
You missed some. You missed. There's some things down there.
Down here.
Looks like that's something.
Oh yeah, there's some. There's off to the left there.
Quite a bit of stuff on that other one.
All right, I'm gonna go backwards then. Or do I have to to go this way? Do I have to go through that whole fucking puzzle backwards now? Nope. Because this is where we answered it. All right, and then this is that other space. Ooh, this guy's something. Cleanse your guilt for 200. I don't think we have any guilt developed yet,
I have no idea.
but that's gonna
You
be
should
something.
cleanse it, dog, and see what happens, cuz.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
we got
that's
200.
You know, I mean, everybody's
I like a clean
guilty
conscience.
of something.
Whatever, you know. How you gonna gapple? I thought he said 100. He gappled too?
It said 200.
Oh, I thought he said 100.
No. I guess that's all there is to do over here. So, oh wait,
Take your
yeah, we came up that.
You gotta go down. You're on that one too. What's those things are there? Those were all
These
the
two right
teleport. So those are all. What's this on this side? Is the teleport machine, the Mia culpa, and something else?
Yeah.
And then
Oh, that one room with the girl that was in the
then-
cage.
Yeah, okay. Then there's the shrine, and then so that looks like it's maybe something. down there, and then otherwise you just need to go to the right on that same.
Yeah, and go back out this way. And
or even
teleport to that other teleport.
up and over. Even up and over, brah. But yeah, so yeah, the game is really. I mean, we're just seeing right now that it's not a simple game. It's, the graphics may be simple, but the
bouquet of thine.
The mechanics on it with these teleporting, just like that's done with the games in the past, they add this extra layer to the map, the way that you go about it, this kind of free roaming in a two-dimensional space.
Like Hollow Knight is like that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games are like that, but that's that Castlevania, Metroidvania-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
We got two now.
And I'd say the thing that I appreciate the most about this game is that it doesn't do that rogue mechanic where
it's developing
cool.
story than a rogue.
The rogue is cool, but man, it got played out for a minute.
Yeah, definitely. There's a time and a place for it, but there's a lot of those. And I like.
So this is the place where Rocky
went through that.
No, he went through there. Right, one of these. You broke the wall on one of these somewhere around here, right?
Nah, it was in another area.
Yeah, because we haven't gone this way.
Yeah, this is that one area where you put the shit up.
Yeah, this is where your collectibles go.
But is it the same one?
The Horde.
Yeah.
We'll go to that.
Because we're back in that village where all the people are.
I think I broke the wall in here, maybe.
No.
It was like a random ass wall.
It was like into a sewer, and you could go left. All right.
Let's see what's this way.
You didn't go in here, did you?
Yeah.
I remember seeing this with that falling sludge.
Okay. Oh, this is after it. This is after you already took the shortcut.
No. We haven't gone through the shortcut again. This is where he went to the shortcut. In this screen, he found a way to the left. He went that way.
No, I broke a wall to the right of him.
Yeah, this is where that secret started.
Oh, yeah, but then we got there a different way then.
That's what I'm
you
telling
may
you.
have broken whatever was in front of this.
No, it was in a sewer.
Weird.
It was like not in a sewer, but it was in an area that went down. You could go left or right.
Go right, cuz. Go put work. We didn't go right. Ooh.
Oh shit. Oh shit!
Well, you never fought these guys.
I guess it's on the pass.
Show with no love up in that bit. Oh, look at all them dead bodies with the helmet on. Is that him? He just gets summoned back and then he go back to the shit cave.
I guess that teleporter only took us like 2 screens.
That's all you can
keep
do
running
right now.
to catch up now.
You see that shit though? Look at the.
I know.
There's just tons of like that's you, right?
It's you.
I don't know. The beginning of the story did this weird thing where like you like it showed someone else dying to that sword before you got it. And then you like took it from her like
dead
body or something, yeah.
Hey man,
This is where we start. This is where the game starts.
are y'all fucking with Disney Plus right now?
Yeah, I got it. What's on it right now?
Gargoyles.
Oh yeah, that
It
was
is so
part of the launch.
ridiculous, dog. No, I know. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it is so ridiculous. I'm rewatching that shit, dog. They literally just be like Illuminati, all this like crazy shit.
Man.
Like, why were kids watching this shit?
Right. That was like a really dark
Because they're
and
not
serious
listening to what they're
animated
saying.
show.
You know, you get away with the most ridiculous shit in kid shows.
Yeah, and Xanatos and his bitch would just be fucking. You know what I mean? Like they the gargoyles would just show up and they would be in the bed, butt ass naked, covered up with blankets and shit. Like I used to be like, what? Like I never even tripped it, but I don't know, man. It is
That's
a
funny.
wild ass show.
Yeah, I guess I wanted to retry it. I think I watched like the first episode one day, but I didn't.
It's still a good show. It's just.
Oh, you can open that door.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, this is okay. So we're
You gotta beat the brothers shit first.
And there's the prophet.
They should have let you dog come.
You should hit that in case we die. We start there.
Dutch don't plan on dying.
All right. Nice. Now this is the way you went in your game, right?
We went this way too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Try your charge move on a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're still. This is before that like house where all those people are just
Ooh.
dying.
Work the bow.
On the one-shot guy, anyways.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah, we couldn't figure out how to get that one before.
Let's get it. Yeah, we're going back through this fucking shitty ass forest. And
Swamp forest.
We not gonna go that way. Clearly.
I love how many of these enemies like just die under the weapon that they're carrying when you those big helmet guys, the thing just shatters on them. These wheel guys fall underneath it. Yeah, the parry's real in this game.
Real Perry.
There you go, now we're in Albaro again. That's where we teleported to.
Yeah, so this is where we teleported to. I'm putting it all together, putting all the pieces back to the puzzles.
Yes.
The puzzle in my brain.
There's these people, and then
The
we
puzzle in my brains, in my mind.
We went down through on the
Clearly
bottom
didn't
floor.
go
I think.
here.
Oh, you acquired the dove skull.
Got a dove skull.
That's gonna be
Player. Now, this is why I was looking for a projectile. Because then we could hit that. Which clearly has to do something with some sort of double.
Can you do anything with that
jump or
candle that had a
bullshit.
Y on it?
That's a guy right here. Talk to him. Little Dark Souls shit.
Order of the True Shrine.
That's a little Dark Souls stuff right there.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
like,
you
they tell you it's like they riddle you into quests rather than like just give you a quest in these. Go find this item for me.
That's the secret. That's the secret way.
Oh yeah, so that's
Okay.
the wall that he broke.
And then this is another one of these. Okay.
That's the one that I opened.
Okay, yeah. That's
After
the one that
completing
he didn't
the
get
loop.
it. Yes, he didn't get
So-
it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we went
And then
that way.
I went to the right before.
Yeah, that's where Rocky
was-
broke the door open.
Yeah. And then this is like the way forward, I guess.
Well, this is just the
Like, from
yeah.
the
This
next
is just the
section
other
of
way.
that, yeah.
This is the way I went. This is the way I went.
Hey, we like items. The grave digger.
The grave digger.
Big old statue. Crushed underneath it. See?
Kill them all.
Get that. You got that plunging attack?
Oh, Rocky.
Sure rocks. That's dope. Well, at least this horse is a little nicer than the other one. Not really.
Yeah, there's parts of it.
there's some views. Hopefully it's on the other side.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's a wall.
That's a tree that you can knock over just from the other side. I was trying to see if you can knock it over from this side.
Alright, so those guys are 2 swings. That's a pretty big shield that you have. There you go. Head be
Die!
gone. I like how you got this scarf. Is that your scarf or your hair? It's just always in the wind.
Bitch,
Got some long ass.
I want
hair.
to talk to Samson.
Fly me to the moon like that, bitch. Because it's hard being black and gifted. That's my shit. Ooh. Dog disaster.
Sometimes I want to throw it all down and get lifted. Samson's got the bus stuff around. Got
there's
the
that
whole
ladder
town
on
on
the left.
lockdown.
I think that might lead back to that tree you were trying to knock down.
Yeah, it's guarded by an enemy that's super difficult.
Nice play. Right. What's that potion?
What are they, crackheads?
3 crackheads.
I think they all are in this.
Smoke.
Pop Smoke.
The Herald.
Hey, they really tried to play Pop Smoke like he was just some weird ass fiend.
Nice hit. That's his 3.
What do you
hats
mean?
of 38.
You didn't? Oh, you didn't see when they tried to take him to jail? So he tried to steal a fucking Rolls Royce or some shit, or
I heard
Maybach.
something like that.
Get out of
He
here.
always be in weird situations.
Yeah.
Fighting with somebody on Twitter because they took pictures of him, and he's like, "Man, you make me look like I'm weird in those photos." And it's like, well, he just got you at some.
Weird ass thing.
Yeah, that you were like making weird faces and shit. Like it's not his fault. He took pictures of you. Pretty sure you paid him to do that.
Yeah, but I paid him to post that other one, not this one.
What's up with that, dog? Hey, dog.
Gotta find all them secrets.
Don't do it, Dutch. It don't seem like that's possible.
Anything.
is possible.
Look like you was just gonna go for the
The
deep
drop.
dive.
That poke.
And did you guys get a hunter's mask yet?
No.
We
Then
don't know how to get
tonight-
hunters.
I'm on
Tonight.
We don't know how to get hunters because people that are experienced in the game don't help us.
What are you talking about, dog? I had to work.
I'm on like level
I'm
10.
off tonight.
10:30.
Rocky's talking
Tonight
about
we're
the
gonna
division,
play,
by the way,
dog.
right now.
I'll get you guys a mask tonight. It's gonna be great.
I don't believe you.
I'm excited.
I'm risking it all.
Hey, you dead ass risked it all too, like you about to die like a motherfucker.
Jesus.
That's
Why did he catch it? You hit attack to catch it,
What
right?
was that?
What, the ledge or
The ladder.
The ladder you just press
noise up.
Oh, whatever. I hit up too because he did an up attack. I hit both. It's a fucking liar, this game. I'm telling you.
bastards?
Anyways, I've been there before.
Hi, Chess.
Yeah, Rocky's over here talking about Division 2.
Yeah.
Watch.
Which is it still $3?
Actually should been the highlight of the fucking show. It is $3, and it's $3 until the DLC drops or the year 2 content drops. So that's until March.
So
and
get it now.
I heard something like this kind of going on, as far as like what's going on with the game. Apparently, it was rumored that it was going to move into like a free to play space, just like Destiny did.
I saw that too.
Which Destiny maybe, or Bungie maybe, hasn't made the best decisions with how they capitalize on that free to play model. Well, they did with like the cost of what their content is, where it's only $15 to buy it on the season, or it's $60 for an entire year, which I thought that breakdown was really good. They haven't done it really well with like the aesthetics and the stuff that are in the Eververse. There are some good items here or there, but I feel like on a free-to-play platform, like every week you should have a banger that people are like, dude, I'm trying to buy this because the core game's free-to-play, this or that. I can spend money how I want to on this game, this or that. So like it should free up some cash for some aesthetics.
Got rocked.
But who knows? We'll see if they start to really capitalize on that, as much as like, let's say like a game like Fortnite has. But that's what I thought was the rumor mill for the Division 2. And instead, maybe even a smarter move, maybe the smartest move. They just sold it for $3, and it's still on sale for $3 until March, maybe 3rd or whenever the Warlords of New York come out.
Man, night 1, I got $3 worth of content like that.
Like it really, exactly. That is exactly enough said. If you just play to get level 30. And you don't do anything outside of that, which the game has tons of things to offer outside of that. But let's say you just play the core levels, the core missions, and do even all the side missions. But you don't do much in-game, or you don't do much online co-op or PvP. The $3 you like just cashed in like 1,000-fold if you went all the way to level 30. If you just play the game for like the first 5 hours, your $3 was spent well. We'll do an example of that. Division 2 on PS4 costs $3. It actually costs $2.99, and you buy it digitally. There's no tax. Now, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare that came out in 2014 is $10. Okay, so yeah, this is okay. Yeah, no, it's not a boss.
No, this is to open a short. It's to open a shortcut.
I ain't got a Vega.
Oh, yeah, you got a Vega. You can't get past him at all. And it comes out and it sends a shockwave. Oh, see, we're way stronger, dude. We're way stronger from that shortcut.
We've got 2 of those shrines right now.
Well, the mea culpas, yeah, exactly. I only got one. I got just the one attack. The down
Go hit
attack.
that tree.
Damn.
Oh, you can equip all these things. You should equip that other one too, I guess. Or can you only have 2 at a time? Sorry. You unlock, I guess, more slots.
Damn. Hit the tree.
Now you can clear the gap.
Slide.
Not like
but anyway,
that.
so the Division is $3, and you should definitely pick that up if you're even remotely interested in RPG, free roam. If you are
Tactical
a guy
survival.
that likes guns,
Survival,
if you just like guns,
it's a fun gun game.
If you're a gun guy, it's a good third-person gun game where you have unlimited possibilities of
$3 is a fucking steal. That game, I paid $65 for it, and I love it still.
Well, you have the customization of the weapons. You have the RPG elements within those customizations, within the builds, within your perks, within your talents, within what
It's got layers
equipping.
of developing a character.
We're going back to New York, guys. It's like, come on,
so okay, and also if you like me, bought in, I got a free version of the Division 2 with a graphics card purchase, so I was on PC. Let's say you're like me and you don't have many people to play that played it on PC, but you played Division 1 and everybody played on PlayStation 4. with your or Xbox when you played Division 1, and all those people are still playing on Division 2 on those respective systems. Now's a great time for you on a low buy-in to go in and get that for $3 and now play with your buddies on any system as well. So it also opens up that possibility because I'm sure it's $3 on Xbox as well. So now you can have that ability to kind of be cross-platform because the buy-in is extremely low. We don't know what the price is of the Warlords of New York yet, but I'm thinking
Hopefully
it's not going to be. Yeah, Rocky wants it to be as much as possible. He's like, I get a discount, and everybody else got to pay $60. But we'll see. I think it's going to be like 15 to 30, whatever, and then they're going to have a $60 version for an entire year of content, which is going to consist of 4 drops. Maybe 3 drops, but probably 4 drops. That's what I think they're going to go with. That's what Bungie did, and I think that it's pretty much a proven formula to go into seasons and charge per season. Yeah. And then people can play individually. Let's say they want to play a lot right now, but don't want to play a lot in 3 months. Well, you pay just for season 1, and let's say you get some free time in those 3 months, and you're like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna play for season 2. It's $15. So like, no matter what, it all still accumulates to $60 or $70.
And this is a good game.
And if you buy it now, you might get a $10 discount.
I think this is a good.
I think
kind
every
of
game that requires. That has metas, that has constantly changing things. The developers are in the sandbox changes, and they're always trying to balance it. I think it is a great model, and that's pretty much any MMO. And you see that with Warcraft. You buy in per how long you want to have the license, right? You can buy in a month, you can buy in for a year, you can buy in for whatever you think you're going to play, and the prices change accordingly, and you have much more freedom as a gamer and not feeling like, hey, I just spent this $60. Like, if you know you're gonna play it, like for instance, Destiny's like, no matter what, I'm buying the year because I know I'm gonna play it, and I know I'll get my money's worth out of it, and that's what it's all about. I mean, if you really want to just support a company because you really like them and then buy their game and not play it, that's cool too. But most people are looking to get the, whether they play it a lot or not, they're looking to get the money's worth out of it. So like that, whether that means playing the game once, beating it, and then never picking it up again, or playing it for 4 years. Whatever you seem that your money's worth is, or what it is like. Somebody might not be like, unless I can play Destiny for 2 years or an entire year straight, then the $60 isn't worth it. Some people might say that. I say if I can play the game for 40 hours and it be fun and be satisfied, and it has me playing for 40 hours straight, like grinding, then I say it's worth my money.
Yeah.
And the games haven't gone over $60, so that's pretty much the mark for me. $60. You get 40 hours. Some games have been less. But you notice nowadays more than ever. Ooh, that was dirty.
Fuck you.
But you notice nowadays more than ever, the cost of the game is usually done well accordingly to like how much they expect you to really spend with it.
Yeah.
Max is $60. Then they're like, okay, hey, our game might only be in 10 to 15 hours. It's $40. You know what I mean? They do a pretty good job at kind of changing it. If there's no replay value to games, I mean, usually that's not unheard of. Usually that's something that's designed into games. They want to design some way to have it to have replay value now.
And especially like important. These like the hobby style of logging in daily or weekly to handle like these missions that cycle and change with those periods of times. I like that because I mean, Division. I played the beta. I enjoyed the beta a lot of Division 2. I didn't play the first one, but this game was fun for being that like backpacking kind of limited inventory, like tactical, very survival feeling experience. If I haven't played a Gears of War in a while, it really scratches that itch. It's like Gears of War, the RPG in some ways.
Yeah.
It's a really good third-person shooter in that degree. The way you're moving from cover to cover is very much like Gears of War as well. I love the tech in it so far. That chem launcher is OP because that thing just shreds. It does damage over time and weakens. And then, like, I got that revolver hive grenade. I like that, like, big old handle grenade they have to throw out. Like it's cool tech. I like how they try to put everything in like a real world. Also, like that was the game that I was since it is that hobby game that you're gonna come back and play regularly in that sense, or you're gonna play your weekly missions and all that. I kind of only try to be playing one of those at a time for the most part, and so I was between either Anthem or Division 2, and I wound up going Anthem. So it's nice that this $3 thing gave me the opportunity to rewind the clock and play some Division 2.
I'm just glad you bought it.
I'm just glad that you brought up Anthem right now because we can just segue straight into our next pick.
Get some of that stress out. Hate on some hands. No.
No, that they're redesigning the entire game.
Oh yeah, they finally gave us public details of what everyone just assumed was happening anyway. But they finally made it public that they're stepping back and they're reevaluating this whole game. They had hired a lot of new staff.
So is that also true though? Is that the game's still going to be active, but there's no updates, none of that, or is it server shut down completely?
I don't know if the server's shutting down completely.
If they shut the
I think they're
down,
just.
I'm getting my money back.
I'm assuming that they're just they're not going to do any updates for the game.
Just no updates.
There's not going to be any updates. Maybe they'll keep the market cycling appropriately and keep things cycling, but they're not making anything new for this game. They're putting all that focus on how do we redesign what we already have to work how it's supposed to, or to work how people play.
It's a great game.
I mean, hell, they have all this data of people playing it and what people look for and what people were complaining about, and they're really focusing on the community at this point, it sounds like. So it'll be good to see what how they readdress it. But they are in that phase. They are officially in a reworking of this game kind of thing, like what happened with Final Fantasy XIV. The question is, can they make it to the other side of this like Final Fantasy did? I think they can.
So.
The game has, and the
game was solid. It just didn't have the continuation behind it.
It was glitchy as fuck.
The glitches wasn't that bad.
How many times where you're like, I didn't even see something shoot me, and I went from full health to dead? That happened so much in that game. I'm not gonna go into just complaining.
You got hit by a sniper, dog. That's all it is.
No, because the snipers have a red line that lines up with you and does this noise before it shoots you. Sometimes shit just went weird in that game. But it's also, when they do a re-release of it, is going to be on the next-gen consoles. Because we've got at least a year, if not more. I would assume we've got 2 years before we get...
Okay, so actually, the Anthem will be online in its current state until the design is ready for launch. BioWare will continue to run in-game events, refresh the store, and occasionally revisit past seasonal and Cataclysm content.
Okay.
So just nothing new.
Yeah.
You're just not going to experience anything new.
The game's going to run, but they're not going to do anything new in there.
It's good for like
they're still committed.
So
this shows they're still committed. It shows a lot of commitment. Well, of course, we've done this ourselves. We've criticized the hell out of the game and the developers for it.
You guys were mean.
And shut up, Rocky. We're getting what we want. This is how you get what you want. This is how you get results, bro. You speak up. You say shit. You say what's on your mind.
And it ain't like we just decided to hate it because people hate this game. I put the fucking time in on that game.
All the time, right at
to feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, we played a bunch.
And I had fun playing.
And we were like, fucking dude, if we were like, imagine if we were like, actually fucking like huge YouTubers or some shit, and we were like doing what we did and told a bunch of people to fucking go out and play this fucking game, we'd be fucking ruined too. We like fucking mounted up for this game, told people about it for years.
Y'all convinced me to get this
when
game.
we heard about it. Exactly. We probably lost a couple people $60. Dude.
And like
okay, if you think about it. Okay. Yeah. So, I could
was
probably name a
worth
couple.
the 60.
It was worth the 60.
We had fun
say
playing through the story, but
I
this
don't
was a
think
game
everybody.
made to be an end game, and there was no end game.
Right.
I get that, but you're telling me that it wasn't worth the money when you first started?
I had fun playing through it. I was like, this is going to be great.
Yeah,
and I was
and
also...
then you got to the end, and it wasn't great.
And the thing is that I was overlooking a lot of issues because it was a fresh game in terms of those glitchy hiccups that occurred, and those never got fixed. So when they talked about this was going to be fixed, and then they released a patch and the same exact problem they said they fixed was worse, in a worse state, when that happened 3 or 4 times, that's when I was in like, well, this is really not becoming worth it. Part of what made it worth it to me in the beginning was because they're going to have endless opportunities to fix this, and they failed a lot of opportunities in a row. So
it seems like they know what they're
my sour taste was
know what they're doing
based
so
on
far.
that whole experience. And the thing is, it's still not dead, but they need to do something major. So I'm happy that they finally made it official, that they're like, we're gonna focus on that major change now, not just let this float into being a free game for EA or whatever that they just give out.
So reinvent the core gameplay loop with clear goals, motivating challenges, and progression with meaningful rewards. This is a quote from the development team, and amongst other things, hopefully they fix too. Not so much core gameplay loop, like how about the lack of the loop because you didn't even load in? How about that? Can we get that on there?
You
too?
have that intro animation of your suit all tightening up and like fastening up and everything, and then your character doing their emote at the end. It took 3 months for me to even know that the character did the thumbs up at the end.
Exactly.
Because I never saw that intro video.
What
completely.
about the load up one when you're getting inside of it?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and so that's the same at the end, and then the countless times that you
didn't get all your gear because you had to log out.
Yeah, you didn't get all your gear because you had to log out.
It's a great game,
dude. Whatever, man.
Look,
I emailed Bungie and went on emailed them, went on their Twitter support, all that stuff when they fucking jacked me for a fucking gun because the key to the fucking Dreaming City chest doesn't go back into your fucking thing. So don't come at me, Rocky, because we're over here saying some shit about Anthem, okay?
And
you're not even paying it. You just go back to whatever you're doing.
Well, I'm sorry, man.
Go back to whatever you're doing.
They showed the bat suit. I just had to see it, man.
The bat suit.
Is it the guns one?
The new one.
The one that's I heard some shit about because of Kevin Smith, Batman's going to be covered in guns or some fucking. I don't know if that was real or not.
Nah.
What is that the suit from?
Honestly, this suit is like.
But is it from what? Like what? An
twist on its
upcoming
own.
thing, or is it
It's
just
a new movie.
someone made? Okay.
It's a new movie.
I'm behind on Batman news these days, so.
Yeah.
Batman.
I saw what you're looking at. Is that a video? I guess.
This is,
I saw the
a
end of it. So I
preview.
saw the whole
Rocky's
thing.
the worst. Look at this guy.
Hey, man, I love Batman.
That's cool.
But yeah, long story short,
When you get that Batman email, you answer.
Anthem is down
And
and
they
is being
finally admitted
redesigned.
it.
So go ahead and get yourself the Division 2
For $3.
for $3, and I wouldn't recommend buying this game for $60. I would definitely recommend it for buying it for $3, no matter what the fuck. If you just like video games, buy that shit for $3.
$3 is worth trying.
Because it's fucking worth it.
Because
I'd
it's dope.
Yeah, you get it's not true. You're not. It's not true. Because it's not true.
I would. I don't even know what to say anymore.
He would. Rocky would recommend Division 2 for $60. It's his favorite. He loves it.
I can't say
massive.
that. It's too old now. But at least for the price that it goes for, like $30. Like what the fuck,
dude? The cheapest Division 1 was $15.
And they just bottomed out.
And I bought it. I bought it when it was. Well, I bought it on Xbox when it was new.
A Division 1 was
and then
the
bought
shit,
it again
though.
on 15 for 15.
Division 1 was flawless.
Well, okay, then what's Division
It was
2
what?
missing that
It
Division
was
1
flawless.
had?
Dog.
Yeah, Division 1. That's and I. It's not that I hate to say this, but I think we're seeing the same thing with Division, as we saw with Destiny.
Yeah, I agree.
Where the second one, you should have just extended the first one and then improved on that. And because that's basically what you're doing now with 2, is you're making it more like 1, but you just came up with the idea that, hey, we're not going to fucking have you install a new one just right yet. We're going to just fucking take this as far as we can.
Yeah, you're down.
I heard there was some issues, like for instance, why they would have to make a third or another installment of a game when they do it like this, is that like the sandbox and all that stuff, like the data starts to fill up, and then like your downloads ultimately become larger, and then at some point you're like, You know, Division 2, that's
Division
100
2's already
gigabytes.
100 gigs. Yeah,
It's 100 gigabyte
and so
download.
releasing all of to release New York, that's going to be another 30 gigs you're installing.
Right. So we'll see exactly how that plays out or what they do. But like, then next gen is also coming. So it's like, how do you decide with that? You know what I mean? And that's where we'll probably see maybe a Destiny 3, maybe the Division 3, or whatever they try to do to make this continuation on. Or maybe like the third version is like, okay, we got your ideas of everything. We're making the final installment. We're like, now it's in expansions and the game never really ends. It's just going to be called The Division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they should have done with the first one. Like most people had said and turned out to be right. That's what you should have done with Destiny.
Yeah.
And these games kind of fall in the same category in the genre that they are. They're online multiplayer games.
$60. Like if you said, "Hey, Division 1 has a huge update coming where you're going to be going to fucking
Washington. It's $60.
It's $60.
Yeah.
They would have got 60.
And they would have brought their characters over, and then they would have...
Yeah, and then all the shit, like I feel like I worked so hard for my character and got them cracking, and now I just can't do anything with them.
Yeah, welcome to the D1 Division or Destiny 1. Can't say D1 because it's basically Division and Destiny. Both are Ds.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Yeah.
So Destiny 2, welcome to the world. They let you bring the character over, but you like somehow magically lost your light
and start over.
They like, you know, so it's like they make that weird. They make that make you unfamiliar in a very familiar place.
Yeah.
Which is always weird when you're like, dude, we did this. Now I'm doing it.
I swear, if you could have just brought your character over, like it's not even like he did anything fucking special. Like he just give me my fucking character. God
I can see some decisions like
Fuck.
that's a hard decision from a developer standpoint of like
it's all just
surfacing.
like
you're bringing your character over, and then now they're trying to create a game that starts with a fully developed character. It's like, how do you expand on that? Take a look at World of Warcraft.
That's the thing.
Well, like
you gotta
take a look
adapt.
At a game like
the motherfuckers is wilder now. You know what I mean?
So what I'm saying is, take a look at a game like World of Warcraft that has done that. Your characters come all the way through all the Warcrafts. You lose a lot of your players because of that. As they try to expand on things, they either make a system too complicated or they try to add a whole new mechanic that is its own little gamble of, is that going to stick with these people characters or not? So, like, they deal with their own growing pains on the Blizzard side for having a game where they don't just give you a World of Warcraft 2 and make you start over. So it's like both sides of it, you have these issues you're dealing with.
They have these insane server issues and all kinds of problems that they run in for running it the style that they run it. They have to maintain all that data and all that stuff, and then that makes you like a different level of a company, right? So like if you're okay, so like Activision was that before they joined Blizzard, but like we'll say they're like Bungie now, where you're like got your sick ass product, the world's in love with it. You want to be sick at what you did to get people to love this game, which is develop it and not have to waste resources on like finding out how to build a server or having someone maintain a server. So you outsource that, right? And then that makes you a better developer. But when you get into the point where you're like, dude, we're not going to pay somebody because this or that, like what Blizzard's done, you start maintaining your own servers. And that alone just fucking puts you into like a whole nother. You got to hire a completely new staff, everything. So you need mad money
as they
to
move
do that. And you still run into similar game-breaking problems.
Yeah.
And it's just a different level of problems. Like the servers get too busy or this or that, and then it results in the same thing. People are not having an enjoyable time. People can't play. You know what I mean? So it happens on all levels. But like becoming Blizzard is like, you know, what those other companies are dreaming of, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, even though you do run into similar problems, but like that shit's on a whole nother level.
And even for them though, like even for Blizzard, WoW content gets old. Like you can't, even though it's been the same World of Warcraft that's been evolving over time, you can't go back and play original dungeons in your main World of Warcraft account.
They have diehard fan base.
So
That's
like,
really
gets them through.
so they've got,
And
but
the
so then
fans
that
are
just
weird.
leads to its own
They're
level
really
of
weird. They
struggles
show up
of
to
like
the building tripping.
starting you over, wiping your character, starting fresh, and having you develop a level of.
I used to do
badassery.
security for Blizzard.
They're like, they're like, damn it, we shouldn't have told people we have a sick ass office in Irvine.
Yeah, I used to do security for them, dog. Like motherfuckers is weird, dog. They used to really come up there tripping, like
They've ruined people's lives. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, EverQuest. There's only like so many games that are at that's level. Warcraft,
RuneScape.
RuneScape,
Was
but
one
like,
of those, like
like
old.
there's like levels of it where like that's one. EverQuest, like the first game that people were like, they're like, dude, people are getting sick because of this game because he hasn't eaten in 3 days or 4 days. He's been playing at the computer for 2 weeks.
I have a homie.
His parents are fucking worried
named
about
James
him.
That
he
happened to.
he intentionally hasn't moved out of his parents' house just so he can play EverQuest more because he doesn't have to have finances. That's the movie when you go and see a movie and the guys in the basement playing video games. He's playing EverQuest. Okay, I mean like this was a known thing throughout all walks of life without even being gamers. This is like the first thing people had heard about of like crazy gaming sessions, right?
Yeah.
And that game ruined people's lives. Warcraft, right up there. Okay, it's just for whatever reason, that formula is just. I even love it too, but I just had gotten out of PC gaming. If I would have stayed with PC gaming, I probably would be at that level as well because I can get that way on certain games.
Look.
But the thing is, like, they have this fucking thing, so people take it very seriously. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they had to fucking. I would love to see if they could even release that information, just the death threats that they've gotten, because Bungie's even gotten.
Tell you,
it's like
I could dead ass.
This
tell
next
you,
World of Warcraft
you used
update
to-
does sound
I used to
pretty
have
dope,
to
though.
trip on motherfuckers. Like they would block the gate,
not letting people leave.
like
and shit?
wouldn't let you leave or come in.
What?
Like that type of shit. Or like 20 of them would show up and be like, "We just gonna bum rush the building." Like I did security for those fools, dog. That shit was wild. It was a really wild ass job. Me and my cousin Joe, we was their security guards for like maybe 6 months, and it was like, "Yo, this shit ain't worth it. It's really not." Like these motherfuckers show up aggressive and tripping, and you have to beat up nerds.
Hardcore gamers.
Yeah, it's very hardcore gamers. Like, there's like, that doesn't even compare to what we would call like a sweat in Division or Destiny. Like, these guys are real hardcore gamers.
Dog,
like, I say I'm
this is the
hardcore
shit-
gamer. That level is not.
Bruh, this
There
is let me
no
tell you how
hotkey
wild these
game
motherfuckers is.
like
They would
a
show
World
up
of Warcraft
like they
hotkey.
work
Right.
there, dog. They would show up like they work there, and they look like they work there, dog. Like they dead ass look like they work
They
there.
bought the clothes.
They have
like,
the gear.
Yeah.
Like these motherfuckers pay attention to the badges. Everything is like little small things that's flaws you got to pay attention to. Like this motherfucker really don't know where he going. Like, but he's like in the building, and they're like, "Yo, we got a weird straggler up in here," and you had to go get him. But he was in there. He was like, "Oh," and then he panicked because he made it
inside. What
past
do we do?
all the red tape, and now he's like, "Oh, where do I go?" Oh. Like it was really crazy, dog. Like,
That's called a nerdgasm.
yeah, like he get past
Dude,
all the red tape, dog.
I've been in some gaming studios, and dude, they are the coolest places because everything and everybody is just like they're all in the same fucking mindset. Like everybody's office or their desk are all fucking like got their
Nerded
cool
out.
shit, that they like, all on it. It's not weird to have it all fucking decked out. Like there's not even enough room for your keyboard and shit because you got like all your fucking figurines and shit.
You are
all
in a
over
world
on
of
your
fandom, and
desk.
everyone is a fan to get there.
And
pretty
then
much.
they have the sickest fucking cafeterias. Like, it's all based off of creativity in these types of places, right? So they have like the most like comfortable, like get what you want to eat, like type settings. Like there's a fucking chef in the cafeteria.
or like
There's
unlimited
all-
coffee on tap.
whatever. Yeah, like but it's on tap and it's like in a nice, it's part of the kitchen. Like it's not like, oh, there's a
Yeah.
coffee maker over in that back in the room. Sometimes you got to pull it out from underneath. Not everybody here likes coffee. Type
No.
office,
No, they're
lunch
like-
area.
You're like,
know what I
hey,
mean?
you guys
It's
got
like-
any coffee here? What roast do you like?
Yeah, like
Oh, great. We'll
yeah.
have the chef whip you up a French press.
Yeah, it's like so next level. And that was like I've been to 3 or 4 and they're pretty much they're not the same, but in that regard of like the offering of the cafeteria, the vibe of the workspace, the vibe of like the mentality of like the workers there. Like it was very group, very mellow, and very like creative atmosphere. Like very very lending to the type of work that you are doing.
They definitely accept that mentality of like, let's give people the place they want to work so they do better work.
Right. And like and that's needed to be able to work as a team and fucking function in the way to produce these AAA titles. Some of them are. It's necessary. You can't have this fucking.
It shows in the work.
Super tight butthole work environment. Like everybody dressed in suits and ties and shit like that. Nothing really going on. It's all quiet. This or that. It's like it's not going to produce. I mean, sure. I wouldn't say that there isn't a studio maybe that's like that has video games, but like you're not getting The Last of Us from a studio like that. You're not getting Destiny from a studio like that. You're not getting The Division from a studio like that. You're not getting those types of games or even indie titles from studios or places that are like that. You're getting them from places that allow creative freedom, people to be themselves. Really, like that's what's needed is the person being themselves is what's needed in order to get that fucking
dead ass
work across. Not being some fucking corporate. It is corporate, but it's a different flavor.
But working at Blizzard, all the guys that worked there that were just like designers and tech people and shit like that, they weren't even owners, but they had like the sense of pride of an owner, and it seemed like
because the owner doesn't know how to fucking 3D model or render, so he's like, yeah, I need you. You are the man. You are the god. Because without you, we ain't getting none of this shit done.
Well, that's the thing. Because they had that sense of pride, you felt like they did own a piece of the company. Like everybody that worked there seemed to be super happy about it. There were people there, like there were like weird like testers that would come in and like would test.
Well, that's the thing. It's very
like
cutthroat.
The real workers,
right?
Like the workers that worked there. You saw them every day.
It's very and speaking of that though, it's very cutthroat when it comes to the lower end or entry level. I shouldn't say lower end, but entry level stuff like testing and even like social media and maybe even marketing. Excuse me, where they kind of put you on like these shitty like 6 months trial things, and like a year trial, where they kind of like, no, hey, we're not going to pay you a bunch, but here's an opportunity, and then it's over. You know what I mean? Like with potentially no ability to continue on that job. Yeah, right, to grow on that job, which is kind of shitty, but the tech space is like that. Not saying that you can't go get a permanent job as like a tester or a social media guy. We know people that even have done that and moved their way through it.
It takes its own work just like everything else.
But I'm sure you could ask Jake that how many people were with him when he first started.
Tons. Well,
and then how many are those same people that are still testing or moved where he went?
Not as many. It's
maybe one or two. Him and
testing
another guy,
especially is something where games don't need a ton of testers all the time. They need them at specific moments. And so when you start as a tester, it's not an easy route into the gaming industry. It's just a more open route because you don't need as much qualifications to get started.
Right.
But you get hired seasonally.
Yeah.
It takes years just to get past that and get a permanent position because you need to elevate into like managerial roles.
Right.
And then you have to develop with like even to go that route. It does take that work. It takes the people who put in the time because the people who don't give a crap are just coming back and forth and they're really only seasonal workers and they don't get to really become part of the production process.
That's not true because I know a million people who like go and they want to do that shit like it's their like life, and they just never get past that red tape, and it's hard to get past it. Like
it is, but that's where it takes that extra work, that extra commitment, and being the right
person.
They
do it to this day. Like
I'm saying you can stay there, but it takes more to get to the permanent place.
Like for the people I know who did make it past the red tape.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really like, they did anything more. It just, the guy liked them more.
I mean, what you're talking about, homie, you're talking about careers. That's how they all work. It's like, it's not just doing the good work. It's also having the right relationships, meeting the right people, a lot of luck.
It's just a time thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
they'll be like, they'll be like, I still work at Activision. Like, we were all there with them. We all worked for a little while, and this fool's still there. You're like, how did you, land this shit? And he's like, Jack likes whiskey. It was that easy, dog. Like, he just found something Jack liked, and
well, then, hey, there's a strategy to
bring
that kind of success. Is what, make a friend out of your boss? That's crazy. Also, that means they're going to know you more, which means they're going to see the direct work you're doing more. So you still better be good at your job.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a combination of shit.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I tripped that. It's not easy breaking into the industry, but. If you're dead ass serious, like you just gotta talk to the right people. You can't go in there like everybody. Like I'm sure we've all done testing before, but you notice how cocky everybody comes in. They just come in like, I'm the greatest tester, and I'm gonna.
Yeah,
they're not trying to learn how to really.
And
test
if they're not trying to
right
do it
way.
in like a team way, because like that's what that is.
I noticed that they just
atmosphere.
come in game,
and
that's real. Like they just come in game, like. But they're looking for specific things. Like they're like, yo, we want to find walls that you fall through.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. And they're like, you're like, oh, I found
like,
6 walls. I fell through here, here, and here.
Like
and
the sound audio is not working on the door that you come in through.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You got to be very meticulous.
That's what I wanted
for
to
that
know.
stuff.
Like,
these fools are just like, oh, it was dope. It was fun. You know, and like.
Yeah, I have a funny thing about Naughty Dog. I went and did Drake's Uncharted when I guess it was 3 or 2, whenever they added PvP.
Uh-huh.
And so we tested the PvP, and it was like, half the people in there were like, I'm gonna the kills, and they're like, at the end when we did like the roundtable discussion about the game, they're like, well, we know you can kill people in the game, like.
Yeah, that's not what they're looking. Like, that's not the purpose of testing. Is to say you had a good time or you're the best at it or not.
We're like,
it's technical job.
We're testing the map functionings, the respawn points, the timing of the respawns. Are they putting you in the right areas? Are people spawning into the same areas on different teams? Like, how is the game
on your screen? Is that guy T-posing when they when they vlog in?
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then of course, was it fun? Right.
Yeah,
that's always that. Of course, we got to start with the number one. You can't get past anything if it's not fun, right?
But that's
so like but they're like, oh yeah, like how many kills, this or that. Like I got the most kills.
But see, that's the thing. That's what they think it is about being a tester, and that's nothing to do with the game. Like they put that game in front of you, and they're like, let us know what you think, and that's it. But they want to know the flaws in the game, and you're just like, oh, it was fucking great. I sped right through it. It was fun.
I 100% if you didn't notice it.
I got all the
job,
achievements that you guys set up in there. It's a really good game. I see it happen in the future.
It was like I ran straight through it. I got the 100%. Is there like something I get for free?
Bruh.
Like, motherfucker, this ain't A3.
Yeah.
Get out here.
Like me and my homie Brent, we were both with Activision for a whole year. Like we were killing it. And Brent was less than a year. He ended up, he started to feel like he was running shit, and he got let go. But the truth is like anybody, like if you're really doing your job, you'll have longevity in those companies. And I noticed I watch people just come and go daily, and it would be a trip. It would literally be people coming and going daily. It'd be like, this fool just didn't cut it, and he was only here a day.
Yeah.
Like oh my God, when Transformers came out, dog, that shit was ridiculous. They couldn't keep anybody there. Nobody was like, everybody was just playing it because it played like Gears of War. It played like Gears of War, but Transformers. So these fools was just like playing like just playing the game, but nobody was looking for the issues. Like there's a whole area where you're running and your legs were just in the ground.
Yeah.
Like you would just be waist high.
And they
would just keep jumping and shooting and shit. Nobody was mentioning those type of things.
But that's the job you're signing up for if that's the route you're trying to go to get into this industry.
I feel like this type of information does need to be put out there for people who genuinely want to be testers and really want to be a game, like pro gamers and shit. They need to know how to apply for the job and what to look for and how to present it to have longevity. Like, I could still be there today if I would have just been like, riding that fucking wave.
I've always thought about going back. I mean, I still do I'm on a mailing list to do
and they tell you to do like the 1 day testing and shit at those
a couple days. I do it all. I do
a couple of them too.
Yeah, I mean the pay's not bad on those ones. Because you're just there for the day or whatever. But like, you know, I've always thought about going back and like kind of doing that because like I actually like testing.
It's like if you're 100%er, if you complete games, if you play if you like to play a game and you were like, let me go check every single corner of this fucking space to see where every secret is, then you're the type of person that works because that's what this is. It's not like by the time they hire you as a tester, they know that you press A and jump, and that's going to work all the time.
Yeah.
They're looking at that to be like, if I jump into this wall, I clip into the wall and it breaks. So like those details, if you are a person that meticulously plays through shit, then that's what it takes to be a good tester.
Dog, I'm telling you, they even want the stupidest shit. Like, yo, these colors are just too close the same. Like, I don't know if this is a troll or a war
They'll
hog
help you with what you're looking
shit.
for.
You have to literally be on all those type of things. You have to critique the game. You're not just there playing the game, and they all feel like, oh, I'm just here to game and be great. And outdo everybody here. I beat it faster. I did this. You know, everybody's in there trying to speed run and get the highest score.
Then they're not there to be testers.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with the game. Like, they literally want to know the shit that's broken in the game. Oh, the sound clips out here. I fall through walls here. My legs go through the ground. The character gets stuck right here for some odd fucking reason. You have to jump like 50 times to get loose.
And then can you recreate it?
Yeah.
Then
that's a big deal. Is being able to recreate it. And like for management, then to take that to the next step, you not only need to be able to understand it all, but you need to understand the proper technical reporting on it, how to suggest, how to batch things together, how to suggest the right fixes so that it's cheap and efficient. So it's like to then take it to the next step. Even in testing, you have to understand the job. You have to know the job. You have to be able to work with everybody in this. Because like for Rocky to tell me that my feet fall onto the floor there, and then I need to be able to tell the developer that in their terms. Like, you got to be able to just take it to the next step, take it to the next level. And that's
developer terms.
It
fucking glitches through the floor, man.
You glitch through the floor.
Yeah, exactly. It's like total. Like it's like you keep falling or something.
Like only half my body's there.
You know what's fucking hilarious?
So I just jumped to get out.
Like there's clumsy shit that happen in games that you don't even really trip off of, and that shit makes it to like real games like that are out on the market, and it's super clumsy shit that could have been fixed if somebody was like, "Yo, this fool stumbles." Like the character shouldn't be stumbling, you know what I mean? But you could do some shit and your character will stumble. Like like that shit is hilarious to me. And so when you see that shit in games, they don't want that shit there.
It's I love like, you know, seeing games to that level and then seeing, like, the type of works that goes into, say, like, fighting games where they really, like, this part of the body is part of the hurt box during this attack, during these anime. Like, how detailed things get in something like a fighting game for what contacts what during what part of what move, down to the frame. That type of information is understood and part of the design. It's crazy. But, I mean, testing, if you want to get into gaming and you don't have a degree in programming or art design or any of these things, that is a great way for a lot of people to get into this industry. And yes, it's a cutthroat part of the industry to get involved, but then it's a place to make your mark and get to know and grow through companies.
But that's the best part too. Like, if you would like to learn how to develop games and stuff like that, by testing,
Rocky's got a school.
Like straight up, no, like straight up. By testing,
hey, 2020, Rocky's fucking game developers.
Rocky's game developers.
He got the Overwatch League in 2017. He got, what did he get? The Tekken Smash Brothers champion in 2018. Took a break in 2019. Came back in 2020 with Rocky's game developers fucking
I'm
university.
serious though, like dead ass. if you're doing your shit right,
Dead ass gaming.
like for real, dog. If you
Get
playing your
gaming
cards
degree in under
right,
2 years.
you'll start talking to developers because you'll be giving them information like, yeah, this is the issue here, whoop whoop whoop, and they want to see it. They want to see it. Like they'll come and be like, show me this shit.
Absolutely.
But then
And
that
then-
is still an opportunity for you to go places in this industry.
If you become friends with those dudes, they will teach you the littlest things. Like they'll teach you how to get started. Like you might not start developing
And
huge
let's-
fucking games.
But let's be honest too. This is an industry that it does reach these buku dollars and is super corporate, but it still is favorable to self-taught, self-educated.
Yeah.
benchmark it.
Which one is it? Self-educated people. So
Yeah.
utilize the resources. Get on YouTube. Get on Google. Talk about, look up any programming language. Just learn to program in any language. Learn the basics. Those type of things will help you. They'll set you apart when you go in for your entry-level gaming testing job, and then you'll be able to have some of that terminology to toss around when it's usable, and you won't. I'm not saying like falsely bolster yourself. I'm saying actually
Be
bolster yourself.
personable.
Yeah, but
Like-
actually bolster yourself with some background.
Yeah.
Even know that you didn't go to school for it, because you're gonna find out once you're there. Some of those guys that are high up that are doing it didn't go to school for it either.
At all.
They were just educated in it. Maybe not self-educated. Maybe it was through a family member or something like that. But you could do the same thing by doing self-education and getting the background.
And they
of
just
all
put
kinds
their
of
time in.
stuff.
And hell, it's not even
3D,
programming.
3D rendering, modeling, animation, all that type of stuff. You can really get the resources online for almost free, and then you can pay trial periods for a lot of
And,
these
like-
programs. And there's free ones too. Blender's a free 3D rendering animation one. Which is Blender, and then what's the free like Photoshop one? GIMP, GIMP is a graphics interface that
I was about to
allows
say
you.
they're all free if you know how to.
Hey! That's the plug. That's the plug gaming talk around here. Okay,
They're all
but
free. You
there's
just
free-
gotta know where to look.
there's some good resources out there that will help you along the way while you're trying to get in on multiple parts of the industry. Like we're talking about testing, which is the traditional way. There's also social media manager now, where you can be super savvy in something that's not necessarily gaming related, but gamers engage in. Which social media is a huge one. You got to get your clips out. You got to get your people to tell them to come in your streams.
And
You got to do all
realistically,
this
like,
stuff.
The funniest shit is there's people, my bad not to cut you off, but everybody has weird jobs.
Yeah.
There's a guy who just makes shadows.
Well, like what I'm saying is like this industry has grown so much too. It's not just programmers. I mean, there is story development. There is a whole cinematography studio that they're filming and mocapping people to be able to make some of these models. So like there's so many different areas you can specialize in to bring into the gaming industry. Testing, what that gives you is if you are not something that is directly connected to gaming, but you're just a gamer who wants to get involved in the industry, you don't have a degree that helps, you don't have a starting place, that is a very open starting place that that's going to take the long road to get you where you want to go, but it's definitely a way in.
The thing is, there's fast ways to move throughout that industry. You just gotta want it. And that's real. Like the people, like the guys I saw, like moving through this shit, they had background knowledge on certain things that we couldn't even comprehend. So they would like talk about the shit in depth. Like they'll be like, yeah, you're gonna have to put this up under it and whoop whoop whoop. Like I still don't even understand that shit. Like they would literally talk code.
Yeah.
And these fools would be like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like that's a quick fix.
But just spending
you're
time
able-
in that, you'll learn
Yeah,
it.
but if you're able to speak code, that's the game changer for you. Like that's where a motherfucker will be like, come to my office, and like help me out. You know what I mean? Tell me what you think. It's little things like that. Like you just gotta really want the shit. Like I didn't want to be a game developer. Well, I did, but like not really. I didn't go to school for the shit. I didn't even try to learn it. I was just gaming, and I wanted to do it because I liked gaming. But there's people who love that shit, dog, and that's what separated them. Like, I still got homies that do this shit to this day, and they're like real developers and shit. And they don't even live in California anymore. Shit like that. Like, they're getting flew to different countries and shit, and they're killing it.
Even outside of development, like personally, where I wanted to start when I wanted to get into the gaming industry was events. I wanted to host events, tournaments, things like that, conventions, whatever. But I had a whole business proposal that I had written up. I got declined on the loan and everything. It was for a place where, you know, it'd be like a modernized arcade where it's Howie's Game Shack, because 2 years later I meet a guy who's talking to me, and he's a guy who is starting up with young Howie's Game Shack trying to build a concept, and I was like, holy shit, I had a business proposal for this 2 years ago. Like, you could start anywhere in this industry, and because it's such a growing entertainment field, like, you can make the next thing for it.
But this is something too that people don't.
We have a
even
podcast
realize.
based off of it.
What?
Like,
Crazy.
Just because you can't code doesn't mean you don't fit in. Like, they need people to draw.
Yeah,
If
there's
you
a
can
place
draw,
for everyone.
yeah,
They
like-
need someone to draw raw images, and then they need someone to digitally draw that.
Yeah.
They're usually not the same person.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's
So-
9 times out of 10. It's not the same.
Yeah,
person.
exactly.
They need
So-
voice actors.
Right.
They need a person to wear a mocap suit and run around so
exactly.
that can
Be
become a
super
character.
athletic. Like, have a higher jump than the last guy. You know, shit like that. Like, you can fit into the industry anywhere you want. You just got to really want it. Like, and you got to do the research to get in. Like, it's not hard. Google is a game changer for motherfuckers. Like, you can literally Google
tech
it,
stuff.
and it'll send you a fucking list, or send you to a website that says, hey, it costs $10 to buy this listing, you know, and it's legit. You'll be dealing with companies direct. Like, you just got to want it. And I'm sure you can find it for free, but I feel bad for a lot of people that I noticed just didn't cut it because they
didn't put it in.
Yeah, they really didn't. I got a homie who just dropped the ball on it, and he thought he was big shit because he was like hanging with everybody, but the truth is he was only in those situations because he was my friend. I was just being honest. I was just more personable than him.
And like,
But he got super cocky, and they didn't like that shit, and they fired him.
it is a matter of like, sure, you can, if you meet people, that's just giving you the opportunity to show you know what the hell you're doing. It's not getting you a job. It's getting you the opportunity to get a job.
True.
So, this is a cool benchmark test, this video.
Yeah, the superposition's a pretty cool one. A lot of them. Well, actually, there's cooler ones, but I like this one. But there's something up with. I think I need to change my way my power's routed in this thing.
So I was below average, 19.27 out of 22, instead of the average was like 22 or something. It showed at the end there.
I don't know.
It said FPS. It was on the FPS rating. It was showing.
It doesn't
on the
show
benchmark.
any average. Well, it doesn't compare
It
it
showed
to anything.
It showed a score. In large, it was like 3,300, and then underneath it said FPS rating, and it said 19 point something, and then it said average 22 point something, and then I think it said a peak one. That was like 24.
Those are just your lows, your actual, your lows, your actuals, and your highs.
All right,
That's what that is.
Oh,
But we got a power issue is what's going on, I think.
that fool Kevin, he used to like do the think tank shit for gaming companies. When he worked for GameStop, he got this gig, and he would literally sit in there and just talk up ideas with people, and all of them would come together as a collective to come up with some shit, and then they would pitch it as games.
You need
And
story
sometimes they
writers
would-
in games now.
Yeah.
You need.
My homie Eric is the one who actually took off in it, but Kevin was the one who opened up the door. Like, he got into that shit. He brought fucking Eric in there, and then Eric just became a designer. Him and my nigga Rob, they work for Disney right now. Like, so
All right,
that shit is
Rob.
crazy. Like, they're killing it. They started with with
Were they involved in that Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah, they were. Like, that's the funny part. But they started with Sony. They have there's an independent game, I'll get the name and shit like that they did, and that's what got them in at Sony, and now they work for Disney. So I'm telling you, like this shit, it's a lot.
I mean, that's
You
something
can
too.
do.
Is like if you're sticking around in it and trying to fight through, you're not gonna go a job at one place and work your all the way to the top. Like you're gonna jump around places. You're gonna find one place that'll pay you more to do this. Some places, like some of your larger companies, aren't necessarily the best ones for moving up in because they hire 100 testers at a time, or so it's you just got to get in and start moving in it and do your fucking job.
Yeah. And that's real. If you really want it, you got to take it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody get the same opportunity. You walk in, it's the same exact shit. It's like, hey, what do you want? You start working and go from there.
And after that life lesson,
hey, for real. Honestly, the thing is, like most of these kids that's doing this, like that's watching this, they need that information. They want to be gamers. Like, if you really love gaming, the opportunity to be a real gamer is to get paid to do the shit.
Yeah, I mean, the streaming, like that used to be another way in, but like as streaming gets the way it is, like it's gonna become more like a professional sport. I mean, it already is hard enough to get like the huge following where you can like, have like career money where like, it's you're consistently getting paid, always, yearly, annually, like actually being able to budget your life and things like that off of it.
Yeah.
That type of streaming can be hard and takes a long time to build up to. And that's getting even further and further pushed away because it's becoming more commonplace. So now it's overly saturated, and then so it's like everybody plays football or sports in when they're young. Everybody plays sports in high school. And then you may play in college, but not everybody plays in the pros.
so few do.
Right.
In comparison.
Right. And that's how streaming is going to start going into, because it's moving that way, where it's getting way more exclusive. Even professionals in other spaces are starting to do it. So it's becoming more demanding on like who you are.
It's getting crazy because now celebrities like
To stream.
rappers
Exactly.
and dancers and
Jack
actors,
Black has his
So
own
they're
gaming
all doing-
podcast.
So
Yeah.
like the traditional, you get like Rocky saying, becoming a like pro at gaming in the gaming industry, like a real pro, is getting a job inside of one of these places and actually working with the games, with their development, all that type of stuff, and then you are in turn going to be surrounding yourself with the things that you love. And the man who does something his passion for a living never works a day in his life, however the saying goes, right? You know what I mean? So that's a thing that you can do. It's achievable, but you got to find out where you fit in, on the whole thing. There's
It's like kind of everybody has
in
their
this
own path
market.
to it.
Let's get it real. Video games are surpassing television, art, like art exhibitions, like museums and shit. Video games are surpassing that. They're surpassing
they
movies.
have video game
They're
museums
surpassing
now,
everything.
like,
Yeah.
that
They
are just
are
like art exhibits.
Number one
Mhm.
entertainment industry, ever changing, tech fully involved. Everything about it is inviting for someone to jump into.
It is
Look
a
at those
thriving
E3 parties.
industry.
Exactly,
Those E3
and it's
parties-
not going to stop.
Mhm.
You go to E3 parties, they have full art exhibits in the bottom of clubs and galleries and shit where it's all
Well,
video
let's be
game
honest.
based.
We just already talked about it. Headphones,
Mhm.
headsets for gaming. They're gamer-based headsets. They're not. If you're getting a computer headset, it is gamer influenced. If you are getting a monitor, it's gaming influenced.
Mm-hmm.
If you're getting a computer case, it's gamer influenced.
This
If
is an
you're
industry
getting,
that is
if you're
driving
getting, if you're
change.
getting whatever, it's influenced by the gaming industry in some way or another. Like that's just the bottom line. Like this is what it is. Like the gaming industry is turning into things that are bigger than the movies, bigger than, like Sam said, mocap going down in the gaming studio. You have the same technology they use in movies already incorporated into it. We are moving into a next generation of console. we are going to move into a next gen again after that in 5 years or whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Better.
Well, that's what was a 4K one, which I think is the issue actually, is that I'm testing it on 4K, testing the 1080 on the 4K, so it's getting confused because the scores are basically the same as the frames per second. But
it's calculating wrong because it's thinking of it as one thing. Yeah,
exactly. So, but it's always going, dude. There's a fucking industry for just overclocking what we just did right here and what we're testing. There's people that buy hardware just to do that, and guess what? That hardware is gaming level hardware because it demands the most out of your system, right?
Yeah.
So it is influenced all the way up to the very top of like the best processors they make are made for gaming or video rendering or 3D model rendering.
It's crazy how video games is becoming like the world's most popular shit.
We remember I told you that about resolution. Everybody thought that the porn industry demanded higher resolution. It was the number one demanding force for a higher resolution that created 4K. That actually wasn't true. It has never been true. It's been gaming. And when you look at what 4K is going to be, and even 8K, there will most likely be a game out that is in those resolutions before they actually have any video content in those resolutions, because you can shoot it in 8K, you can shoot it in whatever K, but it doesn't mean it's going to be on the screen.
Yeah.
And games, considering you make the entire world that it exists in, will most likely be the first thing you will have as a cinematic that's more in lines with an animation than it is a movie, which is what games are more in line with than they are with movies. So those two are more similar than the others, and like that's what you get. So gaming actually drives the sales of monitors, of TVs, of all peripherals, accessories.
Yeah.
And there's multiple ways to
it is a heavy technology bracket,
exactly.
So things follow gaming.
Right. And that's kind of the ending of our little rant here, is that this shit ain't going to change and it's only going to get bigger. It hasn't even hit its peak, which is crazy because we're like I'd say half generation. We're 1.5 generation of gaming. Yeah. There was only like 6 years of gaming before we were alive. You know what I mean?
We are only in the earliest days of haptic response technology.
You know what I mean?
The idea of you grab something that's a virtual item and you feel the pressure in your hand like you're actually grabbing something. So, like,
for
shit's
like Switch
only
and stuff
going
like that. Oh my god,
more insane.
Yeah.
They have like haptic feedback gloves that they test at like CES and stuff now for people to try. That's like, you pick up this bottle and it's a cold bottle and you feel the pressure of a bottle in the glove you're wearing and you feel cold. Like, they are capable of doing that now, but that's just to simulate the action, not like you can hop into the game, play through a whole game. By the way, any cold bottle you pick up feels cold and you feel the bottle. Like, so we
like
are only
Tony
that
Stark,
hasn't gotten
right?
incorporated into it yet. So like, technology is just flying up, and gaming is very close on its tail because it's one of the first places you find these entertainment applications.
But we're driving
super
that.
excited to
But we're
see
driving
where technology goes.
Gamers are driving that, and you could be a person that provides the feedback that helps that industry excel.
Yeah.
Because even with what we're talking about, testers, which we said is an entry level and cutthroat position, it also is the most vital because it is quality assurance.
Yeah.
It is the little fucking sticker you put on there and says passed. This shit is good. Okay? And that means
Tested
something.
by
It really
agent
does.
number 44.
It really means something. and that's
the real shit.
That's what I would do. That's they need to incorporate stickers like that on all games, and it's just like that's definitely
that would be tight because then you'd be like, yo, that fool 44, he really be killing shit, dog. Like he has yet to disappoint.
They're like, your tested games like become like sought after. Like they're like, is that a 40? Is it?
Is that a 44?
Is that it's
That's
like
44 approved.
yeah, it's like
Come
okay,
on,
okay.
44 approved.
They're like, no, man, I got a 40, dog.
I like our Agent 44 that now exists.
He let
somewhere.
some shit slide through the cracks, so I mean, your game, you might have to send that back. Like, just got to straight get a refund.
Nah,
because
total
it's
Easter
a
egg.
non-44.
It's a 44
Like, it's a
signature
non-44.
Easter egg.
I'm sending it back, dog. But seriously, the gaming is driving technology more than movies. Like movies might drive camera quality, right? But it's not
Gaming's the visual environment.
driving it's not driving how you receive that content. It's driving, movies are driving how that content is created. It's not how it is consumed. So video games drive how content is consumed.
It's
and
like-
that is the most important, because the customer is always right. The consumer is who is demanding the goods, so they are therefore bought or paid for, and that's how the fucking world works. If there's people that don't want your shit, then they ain't buying your shit.
It's like gaming may
So-
be picking up mocap from the film world, but the
Right.
film world took all this information about like programming to be able to do the CGI. They took that
Yeah.
information from the gaming industry.
They took
So, like,
CGI from the gaming. Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't see CGI in movies. Okay, we watched full blood, like gorgeous CGIs in Final Fantasy 7,
Yeah.
8, PlayStation 1, we're talking.
yeah.
Gorgeous for their time, where you wouldn't see anything remotely close. You either had a cartoon or you had a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't have nothing even close
He
to
had
in
Who
between.
Framed Roger Rabbit.
Right. Okay. Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's like as good as it got. And then we got Final Fantasy the movie,
Oh yeah.
which was full CG, fucking blew people's fucking minds. Right. You watch the new one in 1080 now. Oh my god, still fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Advent Children. And now that's borrowed. That's used in so many movies to where people can't even fucking tell the difference.
I know.
And then it's used, and then it's abused where you can totally tell the
I mean,
difference.
hell,
Hey, tell
look
me
at the
Advent
Sonic
Children was
movie
just not
where
out of this world when
I
it
love it.
dropped. Like I
I
couldn't
fucking love
believe
it,
that
bro.
shit. I was
My
like,
wife still gets mad when I
look
throw
at
it
the
on.
Sonic movie where
She's
they
like,
made
you
it
fucking making me watch this shit again. I was like, yes.
they made
And
an
it's in
entire
Japanese.
movie. Yeah. And no but you can just choose English audio.
No.
We
Not on
don't do
mine.
that in this
Not
house.
on mine. Mine is straight from the source.
No, but like even
you
look
got
at
that week
the
early copy.
Oh yeah.
the Sonic movie
I got
where
them both too. I got the week early and the one that came out here.
we had an entire Sonic movie made, and then they redesigned Sonic and literally reprogrammed the whole fucking movie to put this better looking Sonic in it. So just look at what.
I was still.
Right.
I was
Game,
still
yeah,
upset
do you remember how mad the gamers were?
Yeah.
They were up in arms about
I bought a
everybody
movie
saw
ticket
it.
to
I'm
support
not
that they
going to see
actually
it.
changed.
Sam
See,
saw it.
I saw it. I didn't like it. There's
What?
things I liked, but there is a whole lot I don't like. All right, I'm gonna give you one thing.
Is it out already?
Okay, give us
It just came out in theaters.
Okay, we're gonna close with the Sonic Down and Dirty. Sam's gonna give us the lowdown, and then we're gonna close out because we're running into that.
Well, here's the
We're
thing.
running into the Division 2 tab.
It's not a movie about Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's the villain, but like I love Jim Carrey in it. He's really funny and zany.
That's what a lot of people. I said before you go. What I was saying earlier. I kind of just generalized it, but what people were saying, I actually watched an interview with Jim Carrey. What people were saying is they actually really liked Jim Carrey in it.
We're getting all the 90s.
I shouldn't have said it
Jim
was a good
I
Carreys.
heard he carried it on his back.
Yeah,
like,
we got-
on
we're-
his back, fucked off.
We're getting all the Jim Carrey styles from the 90s. Ace Ventura, The Mask. We're getting all that wrapped up in a supervillain that's Robotnik with unlimited technology and like is an asshole to everybody. He's funny. But like we're gonna put it in this way. In the very beginning of this movie, we're getting like a little bit of narration from Sonic about his backstory. And this movie just made the fuck up a new character called Longclaw, who is an anthropomorphic owl that raised Sonic. That just exists now. That character, you look up them in any Wikipedia, they did not exist until 2 fucking days ago when this movie released. And this owl, it's not even like like a character that's a human-esque like Sonic is. It's just a fucking owl that talks and then like gives Sonic the rings and sends him off into Earth when he's young, and she fucking dies. And then that's where this movie starts.
But that's the thing. This shit was supposed to be weird like that because you know the Sonic cartoons. Have you ever tripped them?
I've
No,
watched
not the originals. I mean like these newer ones that came out.
No, I don't know the
They're
newest
like
cartoons.
super weird. Like Sonic and them come from like a different planet, and they're like on this world. They're living.
Yeah,
with
like
some
I always thought he
kid.
was just a hedgehog.
Yeah,
There
you
is
know?
a whole history to him, but the thing is, because like, okay, so Polygon, if you know their videos, they did an Unraveled episode where the guy goes deep into the Sonic history and lore, and like down to Sega's creation of Sonic to literally be an inverse Mario to combat Mario. And that's the game was built around after they designed Sonic because he had to be a different icon. But like, there's a Bible of Sonic that's been written of what his actual backstory is, and that he is just a hedgehog that was raised in the back. Like he was like raised on like junk food and bugs, and living behind like a fast food joint, and like there is a whole story to this. And and like
trust me, I'm a hardcore Sonic fan.
But
I know.
this movie, they added something completely new that was this long claw. She only existed for that opening few minutes where they're talking the backstory. So completely
They've been
unnecessary
doing
of a
that.
thing to just add. And
That's
they
what
just
I'm trying to
added.
tell you. They've
And
been
she
doing
fucking
that
raised
to Sonic. Bruh, they've been doing the weirdest shit to Sonic's character. Everybody who gets their hands on him do something new and weird. Like these cartoons, if you watch them, you're like, what in the fuck? But they're bringing in all these characters that people love from all the newer games and shit. So people are just like, whatever, you know, I'm just going to watch it.
Yeah.
But if you watch these cartoons, like you're definitely not going to go watch the movie.
This movie, it's a good kids movie, but this movie does not like. Even like the fan service things they do just feels unwarranted and stupid.
Yeah.
In a lot of places, I did like that the first town the movie takes place in is Green Hills.
Oh, okay.
And it happens like on what is it called, like Hillside Zone or something like that? Hilltop. Hilltop is like one of the main streets in the beginning of the movie, so they do like little fan service things like that can be cool. Sonic's like he in the movie like. Try not to spoil things necessarily, but
You can go ahead and spoil that one, brother.
he like
Yeah, I'm only gonna watch it
the
on
way they
internet.
incorporate him starting
I'll
to
probably
do
watch
like
it tonight
spin
on the
attacks is a
internet.
cool thing. They do take like you
No,
know
you're getting me to level 30 tonight, doggy.
in the
let's
what is
do
it?
it. I
In the
got you.
X-Men movies when they do like the Quicksilver slow time bullet time when he's running around and fucking around when everyone's in freeze. They do that in Sonic to such a stupid degree that I'm like it was fucking dumb.
Yeah, I saw that in a commercial, and that's the reason why I didn't want to go see it.
All that being
Like he
said,
was just like, oh, these missiles were coming. He's like, whoa.
I'll say the Sonic
okay.
movie was better than the most recent Power Rangers
I'm like,
movie.
Get out of here, dog.
I'll say you saw the Power Rangers movie with me.
Yeah,
Sonic was better than that Power Rangers movie at least.
that movie was terrible.
And
though.
Yeah, it
You're
was bad.
right.
I watched it.
But at least it's at least the Sonic movie is
Bad.
better than that. Granted, most of that is because of Jim Carrey. And
I know,
what they did
but
at
they
the,
have Jim Carrey. Honestly, that was cheap. That
the
was a
way
cheap move.
they set up
it's a cheese. They're like, okay, we got.
We can
We're
fuck
gonna
up as much as we
we're gonna
want.
bring Sonic.
Hey, that's why they tried to.
Hey,
just
Jim
slide
Carrey,
that
just do some
shitty
Jim
ass
Carrey
Sonic
things
on
for us.
They tried
Yeah.
to slide that shitty
Yeah.
Sonic because they was like, we got Jim Carrey, and niggas was like, look, hey, fuck that.
Hey.
You can go so far with Jim.
We don't care. We don't care. Sonic can't look like that.
Yeah,
like
dog.
make him
And,
look
like-
better, and then whatever.
Oh man, and that advertising is fucking everywhere in LA. They don't even show the John Marston guy or whatever his name is. The lead who's the partner with Sonic.
Exactly.
They show Jim Carrey and Sonic, and everywhere in
That's
LA,
classic.
every
Because
train station is
that
just
dude does
stickered
not
with them.
make sense. They keep trying to partner Sonic with a human. I'm trying to tell you, these cartoons are making you like, what the fuck? And then even in these games, they're starting to get a little weird.
What-
Sonic is dealing
yeah.
with humans. And
What
shit,
I will
and they wouldn't
leave-
even like that.
Yeah.
You know?
What I will leave this with
Right.
though is that the way it ends, the second if it seems like they're gonna make a sequel and
They
it's already in
will.
plans.
They will.
The sequel of this movie will be probably far better than this first one.
Okay, was it good for the kids?
Fun for the kids.
Okay.
Jim Carrey. Here's
for
the
the
thing.
kids.
You remember how much you loved seeing Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura as a
Fuck
kid?
yeah. It's not
That's
for the
what your kids.
That's not for the kids,
like-
but we watched it
Alright.
as kids.
Well,
That's good.
that was 90s kids movies, you
This
know?
is true.
That was 90s kids movies. That Jim
Whoa.
Carrey, the mask.
Real friendly around here.
The mask.
He's just
Okay.
getting blown off after he saves the girl's dog. Like, he's talking.
That was the joke for the parents. The kids don't understand this stuff yet. Yeah.
Oh,
You get,
shit.
but like the things that made me love Jim Carrey as a kid, like watching The Mask, you get that level of Jim Carrey for your kids to go see this movie today.
Nice.
And there are some very cool things about it. The robots Jim Carrey uses are like dope.
Okay.
But
like,
it's a shitty fucking
yeah,
movie.
right, exactly. Okay.
and I
Yeah.
do think that the second one,
like
is
shitty,
gonna
like
be better.
shitty, like
like
Steven Seagal now, or like Steven Seagal in Under Siege.
Hey man, don't ever disrespect Under Siege and say it was a shit.
I know Under Siege is dope. I'm just
Alright.
talking about what he does now.
Steven
Where he's
Seagal.
like the Mexican. Somehow
I
he's
don't know.
Asian,
Yo.
Mexican. He's the Asian / Mexican.
I don't know how he getting away with this shit, dog.
He's the warlord. That's Mexican, Asian warlord, but he has
Hey,
a
he put-
Louisiana draw.
Bruh.
He has a Louisiana draw.
Bruh, but he putting niggas on though, bruh. How many are these fighters is he putting on?
Same with JCVD.
He's putting so many
Same with
people on,
JCVD.
dog.
Yeah.
Same with JCVD. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's 'cause
He'll put
people
you
won't
on.
work with him again now.
Well, John Clark
But
can't throw his
so
punches. He hurt too many people.
what's the level of it though? Is it like
Here's the thing.
Is
They-
it like
they wrote a weird
is it
weird
a
buddy
bad,
cop road
is it
trip
a bad movie or is it a B movie?
a bad movie.
Okay.
Here's the thing, and Jake,
Okay.
you know what? Jake and I have talked a lot about this. It's technically a better movie than the original Mario Brothers movie. Like, remember that disaster?
That's hard.
So-
That's not even
Sonic. Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
you
Let me
can't
let me
even-
finish.
Come on,
No,
Come on,
but there's a
dog.
reason I'm using that.
Okay.
Damn.
That movie
That
is
movie
a
was
bad
fucked.
movie.
Damn.
That is
I'll
a
watch it right
that
now.
is a
Damn.
bad
Right
movie.
now.
Hey,
But
yo,
but
yo,
that's the thing.
yo,
It's
damn,
fun to
dog,
watch
I
that
can't
movie.
believe
It's
you.
so bad. It is fun to
I
watch
will-
that fucking movie.
I will back to back that and Double Dragon.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
This is not dumb enough to be that. This is not dumb enough to be that.
Dog,
It's
how many
just a
times
bad
did you
movie.
watch
That's
that
the
movie,
difference.
dog?
Which one?
Double Dragon.
Oh, somebody
So-
Oh god.
It's
Somebody
been less than a year
died.
since the last time I
Oh,
watched the Mario Brothers movie. I
mean,
love that
Great.
fucking movie.
It was on TV for a
But
while.
I
for a bit.
love
It
how
was on
bad
Channel
it
13
is.
for a little while.
This Sonic movie was not a I love how bad this is. It was just a bad movie that had some good elements in it.
Right.
Jim Carrey
That's great.
is the main good element about that movie.
Yeah, I know. That's because they cheated. That was a bad. Like they tried to get away
But
with
here's the
murder.
thing. If we get
They
a
really
second,
did, and they were
if we
going
get
to,
a second
like-
one, we're gonna get a way more Robotnik styled Jim Carrey.
Well, Jim Carrey said that. He said that he didn't really get to develop the character because this was like his first encounter with
He
Sonic.
didn't know Sonic. Yeah, he
Yeah, he
learned
was like, this
Sonic
is-
doing this.
Yeah, he was like that. He did say he wanted to continue
I lost
pushing
a little
that
respect
character.
for Jim Carrey right there.
Well, he said it. He said that he
Yeah.
wanted to keep expanding on the character because he was like, this is the first encounter with Sonic. So Eggman isn't even the Eggman yet.
He
Like,
calls
he's-
him Eggman in the movie, though,
Yeah.
and there's no reason why he starts calling him Eggman. He just calls him Eggman all of a
Yeah.
sudden a couple of times. It made no fucking sense.
So that's the thing. Like he said he was like they had to develop both characters to become rivals. Like they weren't rivals. Like this was just like what the fuck.
One of
Like,
the
Okay,
Jim
so
Carrey
there's
interviews?
guaranteed, like, there's guaranteed a sequel. They already.
well, he
probably
said he
were.
wants to for
The
sure
way
do
it
one too,
ends,
so he can be Robotnik.
There's a sequel set up, and
That
you're
was
right
his thing. He
because
said he
he's
wants
gonna
to
be
be-
way more Robotnik in the
Yeah.
second one.
He said he wants to be Robotnik,
I-
and he wasn't able to do it.
There was a silly joke he said that gave me appreciation points for Jim Carrey, though, because he was like, yeah, so I was playing the game, I started playing the games to start learning, Sonic the Hedgehog and what this all is, but I felt like I had to lose because I'm Robotnik.
Nice.
Stupid joke. Totally 1 points.
Yeah, of course, but
That's some
that's
real shit,
you know,
though.
yeah,
I'm-
exactly.
that's-
He's
but, like, here's the thing.
already,
If
he's
you
like,
got kids,
but that's good though because he's like
it's a
I'm
fun
Robotnik,
kids movie
you know
for
what I
a
mean?
movie.
He's saying
Yeah.
he's robot. You know what I mean? So
It's
he's
a fun-
embodying that character. He's on board. He's committed. That's
Yeah.
those are good. Those are good things.
It's a fun
Yeah.
kids movie for being a kids movie. It's not good, but to be honest, I kind of want to see what the second one is. But
Well, if
granted, the second one could be just as
if
much
it
of a
has a
letdown.
place, that's good enough. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like there's there are notorious, too many to mention, bad video game movies.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Okay. So
Enough that it's scary territory.
So right, exactly. So like, if it has a
Well,
place,
it's
that's
the
good.
fact that
That's
these,
good.
these directors want to make it their movie
But
when it's like, yo,
Yeah.
people fell in love with.
Like Doom with The
What you-
Rock.
yeah.
Come on.
Oh man,
dog,
that first
like-
person scene, that
Bruh.
that
Look
first person
what they
view
do.
clip.
Look
They
what
have a
they
way
do.
better Doom. They have
Look
a way
what they
better
do.
Doom.
Look at the
Yeah, I
Dragon
saw
Ball
there's a new one.
movie. Look at the Avatar movie.
Oh,
Like it's
Look
like
at
get
these
the
live
fuck
action anime
out
movies,
of
though.
here. Like
Dude,
Netflix
that-
has a wave of
that
good live
guy-
action anime movies. right
that
now.
guy they used for the Dragon Ball movie.
oh my god.
Fuck, dude.
Like what the fuck was that? That's Goku?
Yeah, he's
This
like
shit-
in Loverboy movies. Like
Bruh.
he's like in the Loverboy movies.
Hey, let's not even get into this. Like
I
we'll
know,
be
we don't
in
have
here
enough
another
time.
hour.
We don't
bruh.
have enough time for
Yeah,
this.
let's just.
We should just
let's end it.
we should just open up shows with this shit. The real question. Yeah, let's get into it. But no, we had some good discourse over entry level gaming jobs and how you can move through it.
Wow.
Also finding your passion into and making it a career.
Yeah.
Also, headphones blasphemous in Division 2.
Yeah.
We killed it today.
Just bottom line, if you don't take anything away from this episode at all, it must be this one thing.
$3.
Division 2 is $2.99.
$3.
And they don't
90.
charge tax.
That's the only reason we showed up today, to let you know that.
$3 fucking dollars.
Everything else,
Tree-
extra credit.
$3 fucking dollars. And that's what we're going to go play right now, or at least I am. I'm about to level my shit up, get to 30, and get in that end game. I think these guys are going to be joining me, so that's what we're going to do. We'll be back next week. We're going to talk
Stuff.
Yeah, but hopefully more. We'll get a little bit more information on this Warlords of New York, so we'll have some of that
Yeah.
division leading up to the
We're gonna
date
have
of the
some
drop, which
Division
actually is
gameplay
rapidly,
review happening.
February is a short month, so it's rapidly approaching. Actually,
know.
so it's actually not that far away, and
Excitement.
hopefully we'll get some sort of Anthem stuff kind of
Yeah.
figured out, like an idea of what they're doing at, considering it's now officially like decided.
Yeah.
And they released some notes, so hopefully we'll get some more on that. And then like Fortnite, I think season 2, Fortnite, whatever they call it, season 2. Fortnite.
They called it Season 2.
Fortnite season 2, second season,
That's weird.
right? Because don't they already go by?
Maybe
season?
no. Did they call it Volume 2 or Chapter 2?
Chapter 2, season 2.
There you
Ooh. See, we play games. We play video games.
Hey.
So Chapter 2, season 2 is dropping, I think, this weekend coming up, so we'll be able to report on that. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, season 2 just started, and Rust is back, and it's fucking sick.
Oh, nice.
And
And
Yeah,
I
just
may have
hours.
some words on
Hours.
Mario Rabbids. It's only
Hours.
$15 right now, so that's a
hot take.
That's a great
Hot take. Mario plus Rabbids,
Kingdom
$15
battles.
Switch.
Gold edition, $20.
I'm
so
going to get it right now.
get the
too.
gold edition. You'll get. I think you get a decent amount of the DLC.
Good
if not all
Switch
of it.
games never go on sale. This one on sale. Get
And
it.
I have heard nothing but the best things about this game. I've been shocked on the reviews.
The only
I've seen on
person that
this
said something bad about it was Rocky.
What?
game. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battles.
The thing is,
You don't like action or tactical RPGs.
well,
It's
this
all
is the
good.
thing. It's not even that. It just was like, I hate the rabbits.
Those Rabbid things.
I really do.
But it's an
can't stand-
Ubisoft game.
But they run this shit into the ground like they're everywhere. They were like the fucking minions, dog. Like,
Yeah.
good fucking
I think that's a good
God.
incorporation. I think it's good. Anyways, we'll probably come back with some information on that because we'll both be playing it, and then those other things that we previously talked about hopefully happen because we can't make them happen. So we'll just have to make some shit up next week.
Boop.
Because that's what we do. Plug games.
Doing it live.
Check out our social media accounts, all at @theplug_gaming. We do not post content there, so don't expect anything special. But we will
Send
be
us
back.
some DMs.
We will be back next Monday, 6 to 8 p.m. ish, right here on the YouTubes. Oh, also iTunes, Spotify.
Mhm.
We on there.
Audio
Check us out.
Platforms,
Get
bitch.
that download ASAP.
You got a long car ride? Hang out with us.
I mean,
Sure.
just hang out with us.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you next week. Plug Gaming out. Dutch Master out.
Free sampler. Peace.
The death dealer. All right, I can't. I don't
He
know where to
became
go
a
with
different person.
I don't
somehow.
know where to go with it. So just buy whatever. Fuck you guys.
Somehow you
dropped it.
became.
I'm better
You
than
dropped
all
it.
of you.
Somehow.
and
That
I'll-
closing line
I'll
wasn't,
fuck
though.
your mother in raw if you say I'm not. So whatever. Raw
Okay,
dog.
we're ending it there. That's it.
Raw
Okay.
dogging.
Have a good night.
We out. The Plug Gaming, we out. Peace.
Peace.